Don't say it.
Don't say what.
Don't
Nothing.
Malcolm, stop resisting.
Don't say
Stop
it.
resisting.
Stop.
Sorry. I just get into that mood when I
Welcome.
wear these.
I love those on you, actually.
Thanks.
Cool. Well, welcome everybody to the Faction After Hours podcast. We have another guest. We have Nico of Auto Real Dream.
Thank you. Thank
Where's
you.
the claps at? Come on now.
You can put those in post.
There you go.
There you go.
You can put those in post. No, we actually have a live audience here.
And it was Nico's idea for the sunglasses, so.
That was not my idea.
Yeah, it was your idea.
It was
No,
mine.
I'll take my
That was
glasses
mine.
off right now. Thank
Was
you.
it? Was
You
it
were
yours?
the enabler for it.
Yeah, I told you. Go ahead, run it.
I like it. It gives you a different personality.
It's good, like we said.
Damn, does this shit hurt my
Nice
head?
and light and
This is nice.
Oh, the
But,
mic? Oh, mic. Hold on.
oh, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Sheesh.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
I never know how these work. Every week I'll try a different way. I'll go like this or something, or like this.
You said 6 inches. Hold on. Let me. You good?
Honestly, it should be as close as you
Just
can
get
get to it.
my iPhone away. There we go. Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Honestly,
today.
like the way I'm standing right now is even better.
I'm gonna pull my seat closer.
This is the only time it gets a little too weird when you're.
I like doing
when
that.
you're all wearing
I
sunglasses.
like doing that. It's pretty
well
sick.
when you're right on the mic.
No, dude, I can't look at you. I'm sorry. Is the microphone? Is it pointing at Frankie?
The camera.
Yeah,
Look how
he meant
fucking-
camera when he said microphone.
You look like, I don't know. You're gonna give me some sort of direction, and I'm gonna follow you no matter what.
No running.
Okay.
No running by the pool.
But thank you so much for coming on the pod. I didn't even know that we were doing this, so
Good.
I'm with that.
Yeah, he
Exactly
emailed me
how
today
I-
when he was dropping his car off. He's
Do you
like,
guys
"Oh, yeah,
know? Do you
podcast."
two know each other?
Yeah, we know
Well,
each other.
yeah.
I mean, you know,
At
I know
events.
you.
we're gonna know each other.
I know you
nice.
from
Yeah.
passing by so many times at
Yeah.
different random ass places.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've only ever seen you out. Oh, I saw you at Final Bout, and that was like one of the first times I saw you out of this office.
Yeah, because the only other time was when you were here.
Yeah,
Yeah, whenever that was. Was that like 4 years ago?
probably. Yeah,
4
I-
years ago, this place probably didn't even look the same. This office probably
No.
wasn't here.
You had me tripping. I was listening to one of the episodes. I think it was the one with Kamal from Super Life, and you were like, "Yeah, I've been here for 3 years," and I was like, counting on my fingers.
Yeah, you're like,
"No,
"That's
you have
bullshit."
not. No, you haven't. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no.
I came here like 10 years ago.
The like actual business side of it is about 3 years.
Yeah.
As far as like working on cars here.
Right.
Yeah. But as far as like being here just as a drift club, probably 2017.
Yeah, that
So.
makes about sense. That's good.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now during that time when you visited Frankie, what car did you have at that time? Did you had already get rid of the one that I'm going to bring up immediately?
Oh, I've had that car. The one that you're about to bring up immediately. I had it for 10 years.
Frankie.
What, the Corolla?
Yeah,
but I never brought it. I never brought
yeah.
it here. I didn't bring it here for any work.
Yeah, no.
That thing was one of my favorite cars ever, dude.
Yeah, I was afraid we were going to talk about it.
It was. Does
They
it
were wearing
hurt?
sunglasses because I might start crying.
That's what
underneath
I'm
of them,
saying.
and
I'm so
no one's
sorry.
see
We're gonna
it.
pick
Those
at the
sungla-
scab a little bit.
Those
For
sunglasses do look good, by
for-
the
They're
way.
Wait.
hard. You want to try them?
Kinda.
Switch it up
Oh no, they're going to see my eyes.
while you guys
Oh,
do that.
no.
Don't show him. Don't show him. Don't show
Turn
him.
the camera off.
Try those bad boys.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Oh wait.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I know
Whoa!
exactly what you meant.
Now Frankie looks like a stylist.
Oh damn. That's tight. Yeah, the rigs go good. That's tight.
What's this better, Malcolm? Yeah?
I know I look like a goofball right now. I'm gonna take these off.
Frankie
Wait,
looks
those
Honestly,
like-
back.
though,
I'm gonna wait for those back.
performance-wise, these are better.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
oh, these are
had
good.
a
Yeah.
different wardrobe, Frankie, you would not even look like Frankie.
What, with these?
No, with those.
Oh, yeah.
But for those of you listening who do not know what Nico's old car was, can you say the old car?
The old car was a 1984 Toyota E86
Hatch.
hatchback.
Yes. The hatch was the biggest part for me. You don't see a lot of hatches, let alone
Right.
with what you had done to it. Was it like that when you bought it?
No, I bought that car from a dude in Perth Amboy.
Okay.
Stock SR5.
A lot of cars come from there. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it was
Right there, right by the water. They just float in from sea.
They floated. Well, the amount of rust it had, yeah, it definitely floated in. From the
Oh,
ocean.
it was a rusty car.
Actually,
My first
I take that
S14
back.
I got from Perth Amboy.
nice.
Stop.
Yeah, when I was
Probably
like 20
same-
years old.
Probably the same guy.
It might have been.
No, it
He had
wouldn't.
so many. That was the first. That guy had an FD. It was the first time I'd seen one in person. That car actually wasn't that rusty. I take that back. But it was pretty great.
You're just
It was-
talking about Perth Amboy in general
Yeah.
as rusty.
Yeah,
how-
Gotcha.
So it was 84 SR5. I went and I picked it up. The only thing it had on it was Megan coils and like this beat kit, and it was like baby light bluish with the
Oh
panda
my
stripe.
god, that's the exact same as
It
my
was-
S14 was.
Really? That's
It
incredible.
was light blue.
It has nothing to do with your S14.
Dude, it might be the same guy, man.
Yeah, the guy did say I only paint cars light blue.
That-
That's
yeah,
crazy.
see?
No way.
Dude,
Stop.
same shit.
This is cat.
I'm not even okay.
Yeah, it's definitely Big Cap. The guy didn't say that, but yeah, it was
Something wrong with you with these sunglasses, Frankie.
My head hurts so much.
really with the glasses.
Yeah, dude, I never wear sunglasses.
Oh, what? It's like pushing on your temple.
Nobody's making you
Yeah.
wear them.
I kind of want to. I feel like we're dedicated to
We
this
do be
shit right
vibing
now.
with the glass. I mean, we could take them off if he's gonna take them off. We're
We're all gonna take them
Yeah,
off.
that's fine.
In a bit.
Finish this Corolla. So you.
Yeah. Stock SR5, 4AC, and I picked it up. I drove it home. I dailied it for like 2-3 months.
It was a running and driving
was a
car.
running and driving
Do you remember
car.
how much you bought it for?
I bought it for 4K flat, which was kind of high at the time. Which strangely they kind of went. It was it's cyclical,
that is
you
kind
know?
of hot.
It was. I could have talked him down. I could have definitely, but I was super green to cars when I bought that car. Like I had an Evo 10 before that. I bought one brand new.
Johnny.
Oh,
Sorry, when you say that, I just Johnny Monaco.
Carl
Yeah,
just needs to shout
but-
out people.
bought that car. I drove that Evo for like 2 years. Like dailied it, beat it to death. Drove it. I went to UTI in Exton for tech school. So I drove it back and forth. Drove it up here and there. And then when I learned about the 8.6, I was like, well, now I need to get that. And I don't know if it was a mistake. I mean, it
Damn, you went
wasn't,
from an
but
Evo 10 though to an 8.6.
Yeah.
That
something
must have
that
been
has
life changing.
It was
Yeah,
I
something
mean,
that has,
I'm
like-
here today because of that decision.
It's got like door
True.
panels and like HVAC.
reliability, comfort, AC.
Would
like-
you rather? Here's a good question. Would you rather trust a 4AC Toyota engine or the Evo 10,
4B11.
whatever that is? Is that what it is? 4B11.
I would much rather trust that. I don't know what.
The
there's not even a
Toyota,
I
question.
you're
don't
gonna
know.
trust
I
them.
would
Yeah.
trust a 4AC all day. Dude.
Oh no, then you're
That
wrong.
shit's just gonna
It's a
run on
wrong
oil.
Decision. See that funny you bring that up. I drove that car, and this is how green I was with cars at the time. I didn't realize that.
Wait, when you
had
say
to-
green, you're like
like
new?
fresh into Japanese.
Fucking
besides
noob.
the Evo, yeah, I was straight up like
Yeah.
got the car, and I was like, I had never owned an old car before. So I didn't think you had to like check fluids and the oil. I was like, no, my Evo, I just beat it. I take it to the track. I'll take it to school. I was driving on the highway.
That's
to
how
work
you
one
drove
day.
your Evo?
Well, I did the oil changes
Yeah.
on it, but that car was brand new. It didn't burn oil like that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
you top it up every once in a while.
But then the Corolla.
But the 4AC, the 35-year-old exhausted 4AC on the way to work one morning just started knocking, and I was like, I should have did an oil change on this car, and then like I checked, it was bone dry. I was like,
Oh
damn.
no.
I always wondered how long I drove the car like that for, but
You've never done that in any of your cars, Frankie?
Not put oil in them?
Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Because the way that you drove cars like that, I was never like this. I'm like this because of hardship and pain and
Yeah, let's hear it.
suffering. Because that happened to me. So I had my Integra. I didn't know how fast Hondas can possibly burn oil.
they need oil.
No.
I didn't think they needed oil. I thought they were good with like the one like you could drive it without oil and then find it with no oil.
You
and
change
top
it
off.
once when it leaves the factory line.
Yeah.
But no, so I didn't know that it burned oil really fast. And just like you did, and I was driving it, and I was doing a pull on the highway with it, and then all of a sudden, the check engine light turned on. And then after that, the engine started making a little bit of noise, and then I had
Did
to
you
do
see the oil light ever?
the oil light and the check engine light went on at the same exact time.
Convenient.
Convenient, right?
Yeah.
They make it really easy for you.
Well, that oil light is more of a you already fucked up light.
But it's just it's crazy to me because when you talk about that, I'm like, damn, like we really came a long way.
Mm-hmm.
And like when people start out in cars and shit, like a lot of these listeners that we have, they're like new to cars. So like it's nice that that's relatable. you
Yeah,
know?
I like to think that the timeline it was a necessary lore for the plot of which my life
Yeah,
was.
like
that
a
motor
teaching
blowing.
moment.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because had I had known to take care of the engine and put oil in it and stuff, mind you, I was in tech school still, so I was a mechanic. I should have very well known.
They
thought
didn't
about
teach
it.
you this?
No, they didn't. They
Day
didn't
one?
have to. They didn't. It's not
Put
their
the
fault.
oil in the car.
Not their fault for not teaching me. I should have known. I was very not there. with
Well,
it.
you were
My-
coming from a new car.
Coming
so.
from a new car and my mental as a kid, I was young Nico was tripping pretty often.
You know,
So,
what? It was my dad kind of like got that mentality into me with the oil thing.
Right.
Oh,
I was
he-
probably checking the oil in my car way too much.
See, my dad hates
Ooh,
my
yeah, I
cars
can
and
see
wanted my car to blow up.
Okay,
So
that
he
makes
never
sense.
he wasn't I had no older. I never had like a father figure for cars and
Cars.
stuff. It was all like I'm a young dumb kid and I'll Google it. I won't even look at forums if I don't want to. I'll just look at Google and see
Your-
what first
your-
one that comes up.
Your family was not like a. They didn't like the car thing, did they?
Oh no, they're off the boat immigrants. They,
Yeah, see,
they're
me
like,
too,
Why
me
would you?
too.
What do you mean? Like if you're gonna
They
drive
hate-
this every day for the next 15 years, and I was like, I'm gonna do something with it like that.
that,
It
might be,
was
that might be involved.
Why do you need all
Yeah.
all these parts? There's you already. It's
They're already
Why
on
do
the
you
car.
need them?
Yeah.
It might
Yeah.
break one day.
But yeah, no, that car, like that motor blew, and then I was like, well, if I don't get this car running, I'm gonna have mental breakdowns every day. Because I was like, like I just. Am I going to be the one that has to bring this part up? Yeah, I got into cars because of Initial D. Not cars, but drifting because of Initial D.
So
I
that's
figured
why you
later
bought
in
it?
the podcast somebody would ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
mean,
in,
we all did that.
Yeah, I was in tech school, and then I met a bunch of dudes that were into drift. Not even drifting, actually. They were all kind of into Volkswagens, but they knew there was a few. I don't remember who they were. I went to, but there was always S13s at the school and stuff. And we had a super street class.
Class?
Yeah, it was like a 3 week every at UTI.
I want to sign up.
It was cool. You might straight up be able to. Not important. It's just like Honda, and then like
What?
this
That
is-
sounds
it's
informative.
pretty cool. Yeah. So it was a
Tune.
3 week block of the program near the end of it where you basically they teach you. They have 2 dynos at UTI and an engine dyno, and they would. I don't remember what the cars were. It
Which
was
UTI is
Exton in PA.
PA always has
Oh,
a better tech
okay,
schools.
yeah.
It's
I was
pretty
good. The
And,
one that Chris went to. Whew, we used to go off roading in the parking lot.
Drifting in the parking lot.
Yeah, me
Not
too.
UTI. They were rough with that, but.
Damn.
So they taught you how to tune?
Yeah, well, they gave us the 3 week crash course on how to just adjust fuel tables and trims and stuff like that. So
That's
you would
sick.
take a map and then you would adjust it, upload it to the car, do a couple pulls with like your group, and then go back and adjust it.
Wow.
But it's tough because there's always one guy who was better at that than everybody, and he would just take it over and not tell you what he's doing. So you just sit there watching, and it's like, and I was so. I started tech school because I wanted to learn about cars, which is one of the most bougiest things I think I've ever fucking said in my life.
No.
It's so weird.
I mean, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I was like, I want to learn about
Rich.
cars and make a career out of this because I worked my whole life at my parents' restaurant.
Okay.
So I worked forever and I didn't have the money pit. So I had a ton of money saved, which is why I bought an Evo and this and that. And then as soon as I bought the Corolla, I've been broke ever since. It's crazy.
Damn.
It's crazy.
That's pain. No. That's.
But so the Super Street class is what got me into it because they gave us calendars. Like when we sat down. Here's your what's the thing?
Syllabus?
Syllabus for the 3 weeks, and then here is a calendar with a bunch of sick tuner cars in it. And then I'm flipping through, and I'm like, the fuck is that box? My boy's like, oh, it's an A86. There's a sick show about it. And I was like, oh, okay. Told me about Initial D. That night, I was like, yo, I'm trying to watch this shit. That game.
Right,
set,
it was
match,
right on
that's it.
Netflix, dude.
Yep. It
Was
on
that
Netflix.
that's after you had the Evo?
I had the Evo.
So you got you had the Evo and then you decided to go to tech school?
Yes, I had the Evo. I was into cars for a while before all that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. I was working on I think I did my intake and exhaust on my Evo, and that was like the most I ever done on cars.
Yeah. And then you decided you're like, I'm gonna work on cars.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it.
Trying to get out of the restaurant stuff.
Yes,
Isn't
yes.
it happy? What did you start loving about it? To me, it's like that feeling of success. You did something, you know?
Right. It's when you work for a lot of people who have family businesses can relate. If you are born into a business, I was like 8, 9 years old, and my parents got the business, and I grew up when I was like 12. I started busting tables and working, and ever since then, I'd worked like all day, every day. As soon as I was done school, they'd pick me up. I'd go there. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
So you didn't really build anything. You haven't created anything. You don't have a name for yourself. You're expanding your parents' name, And then at that, I think I was 19, 20 when I made the decision to go to tech school. And I was like, I think I can do this whole working on cars thing. I just need to learn how to do it.
And then you got that calendar.
Then I got that fucking calendar.
You're
Damn calendar.
fucked.
And then, that was pretty much right when I saw that show. I was like, whoa, so you mean like a beat car can like rip on GTRs and stuff
Just
like that?
picturing you right in your room, dark at night, just like watching.
Yeah, it was I had, wow, I lost my train of thought. I had 3 roommates, and they obviously were all car dudes, except my buddy Zach, who I brought him to school with me. We went to high school together. His stepdad owned a mechanic shop, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Penco Tech or some shit. And I'm like, yo, fuck that school. I can curse, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, fuck that school. Come to UTI. That
Fuck
shit
no.
costs like 3 times as much, and you could definitely get a better job, I think. And he was like,
And I'm going.
That's
Yeah,
all the
and I-
part.
and I'm
That's
going-
all
and
that-
also I'm
the
going.
I
Yeah.
think saves
yeah.
it.
And then he was like, all right, fuck it, we ball, let's go. So me and him, he drifts at, you might have met him. He has like a stock, it's not stock, but the stock body S13. It's a coupe. He hasn't drifted in a while, but he rips. He bought Reed's LS.
Oh, yeah,
400.
okay.
He's that kid who bought that and then sold it after like 2 events.
Oh,
I don't know if you
okay.
ever saw him at Englishtown with it, but you definitely.
I definitely seen the car.
Yeah, but he rips. He like, dude, like he's not into cars, but he is one of the best drivers because he just doesn't have that attachment. Like, I don't need to make my car good. I can't stand
Yeah.
it. I've tried to talk him out of it for years. Like, please, not RPF ones. Put something like,
Hey.
spend too much. Good wheel, just
Great
good
wheel.
great
The
wheel, great
fuck?
wheel. But I'm like, yo, bro,
Oh.
like I was trying to get him bit by like the style bug. I was like, bro, please get something like shiny, and then we'll find you a kit, and then
Yeah.
he just never had any. He's like, dude, I'm just trying to drive.
Yeah, some people don't have that.
It's fine.
They don't
That's-
want that.
Dude doesn't have an Instagram, so he'll never hear this, which is fine.
Yeah.
No Instagram.
If you don't have an Instagram, you're basically not even a person, right?
Well, he really is.
You're
he
like
really-
in the metaverse.
Are
then.
do you even exist?
He's
Yeah.
probably. I bet I'm gonna get a text. He's like, "Yo, I'm literally watching this on YouTube right now." You
He's
asshole.
like, I have the internet.
I
dickhead."
am
Why
a
don't
person,
you at
you
me
know?
next time?
Yeah.
But no, like, so we went to tech
but there-
school
yeah, there-
together, and
Sorry, I need to
Yeah, no,
close
no,
that.
it's
There
fine, it's
is a lot of people out there who don't just they rip and they drive and they just don't give 2 cents about.
but I don't.
the
I,
Yeah.
but I don't. I'm not trying to bring this up on live podcast networking and stuff. But like, I don't want to watch your car. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
That's why I told him. I was like, bro, I don't want to look at you driving, no matter how hard you're throwing.
It is
I
the
don't care.
it is us that like the style that like to spread the influence that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
They're just being
But
free
I mean, if
spirits,
you
know?
can't, yeah, but some people are like that. You can't really change them.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, you
Yeah.
cannot change. You cannot change this, guys, for damn sure.
Yeah.
they'll just keep on ripping.
It's like seeing your friend start doing a hard drug or something.
Yeah, it's rough.
And you're
That's
like,
rough.
damn, maybe I could save him.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah.
Check
I
out these
can't.
chrome wheels, bro.
Yeah.
No.
And you're like, nope, can't
That-
save him.
That's pretty unreal that you're comparing car parts to fucking hard drugs.
I mean, dude, it's kind of the same thing. Like, because he grew up with him, they go to school, and then it's like, yo, I'm going to start drifting. And you both start drifting, and then you like cars that look really good, but your friend, like, doesn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
well, like here's the thing. Like in hindsight, for him, had he listened to me and built a hot car, he'd probably still be stuck with the hot car, but he'd also still probably be drifting with me. He hasn't drifted in a couple years because he
Yeah.
doesn't care
and
about
then, but
fixing the car.
Then it evolves even more. It's like, yo, we started a drift team, but your
Yeah,
car kind of doesn't make the
Exactly,
cut, man.
You
exactly.
gotta
Like,
just do a little bit more.
yeah. It's like if only you had a kit and paint, you might be able to drive with us. But guess what?
Yeah,
Stay
it's
home.
like-
Here's the crazy thing.
Wow, that's funny. Whoa.
that happens though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you good, bro?
You?
Are you
Right
good?
here, bro. I bought a kit and I painted it. Fuck
Oh.
you.
Well, the S13, that car looked great though.
No, I have an IS now.
Well, I thought you meant like when you like years ago. Never
Oh
mind.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't know Frank. Frankie probably would like me more if I still have that thing.
Yeah. Crazy thing though is that my homie owns a house.
So he's got a house.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a hot drift car.
Does he have a family and kids?
He's married, no kids.
no kids
That
yet?
seems
Okay.
to be the
Still
trend.
build the
You
car,
kind of have like
If
your
he's
life
got
a
no
little-
kid yet, he can still drift.
You
Yeah.
you gotta. That's like the trend. I feel like not the trend, but like it's
We
like,
just noticed that.
It's like how much money goes into each. Like cars cost so much fucking money, dude.
But I know a lot of drifters with houses and wives.
and
That's
that's what I
crazy.
don't understand.
I
Well,
don't
because
know a lot
the-
of drifters with kids.
The wives, they split the house payment.
You
I
got-
I
Yeah.
could buy a house if I had someone to split it with me. You
But
know what I mean?
as of recently, since we get to have these podcasts and I get to talk to more and more of these people who get to experience that, like they grind for that shit. Like they have shit going on that's making this money.
What,
It's-
like
it's
jobs?
work?
I should get
Yeah.
one of those.
I don't fucking know.
That's my next question. Where do you work right now?
I don't have a job, bro.
Oh, okay.
You tripping?
With those glasses, you don't really need one.
No, you do not.
People
need
probably
one
just
when
pay
you-
you
What
when they
actually?
see you.
Because like okay, and I know that there's a lot of people like me that are like, I gotta get a good job and then do this.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what do you do for work?
What I do for work is an enigma. I don't really know. What I do, like what my main focus is, I day trade options.
That's what rich people
But
say, dude.
pero it doesn't make me a ton of money. I've been doing it for almost about a year and a half.
High risk, high reward. Though.
Yes, yeah. I've been doing it for a year and a half, and only the past 2 months have I become like consistently profitable, which is good. It means the next rest of my life I might make some money.
Oh, okay.
And then I do At one point I was doing like freelance camera car work where I was transporting stuff for Metro Camera Car. I only did a couple gigs for them. And I don't know what else I do. What else did I do? I worked as a tech. You were a tech for Nissan, right?
Yeah.
I was a tech for Mercedes and then Land Rover Jaguar for the past like 10-ish years.
Do you ever go back to the restaurant?
I'm at the restaurant currently because my parents are on vacation.
Oh, okay. So you're still doing that.
Yeah, actually, I forgot. I worked for Battle Garage Racing Service, which shout out to the homies.
Yeah,
they're
I
in
get
the Bay
Fuck yeah,
Area.
they got
from them.
good stuff
Yeah,
over there.
they're the best A86 parts store. I don't care what
Are they
anyone
nice
says.
over there?
The homie Grant, longtime homie.
Oh, I love to hear that.
Yeah,
Wait,
longtime homie.
where are they
all of them-
located
They're
at?
the Bay Area, San Francisco.
Toyota stuff, right?
So,
Mainly.
all
Malcolm.
A86 exclusively, but now they actually branched to IS. And
They have like
other...
they have like a lot. They have a lot of JZX stuff, a lot of S-sorter stuff.
No, not really. Just 2JZ stuff. They don't have chassis specific for anything other than
right,
A86, ZN86.
Their
or
email
ZN.
marketing is on point. That's
Yeah,
all I'm gonna say.
they're really, really good with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually crazy. So it was a 5-person, maybe like 5 or 6 people, maybe 7. But it started in, how every company starts. It was in Grant's garage, and then he's got a nice warehouse in the Bay Area. And they made an operation, but like their back end is so crazy. They use like I don't know what I can and can't say. I did sign some DNAs or whatever.
NDAs.
yeah.
DNA is the stuff in
Yeah,
your body.
It's the stuff that's coming out if you
Fucking
don't take
Carl.
those glasses off.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right, dude. You're right.
Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
no, I'm
Yeah,
tripping, I'm
thanks for
tripping.
pointing that out.
So they
Learn a thing or two. God.
I be signing shit. I don't read it, bro. Come on.
Damn, so that's cool. I'd like to hear their
Yeah.
story.
It's really cool.
Could you
They,
get them to do a podcast with us?
I very well could. Grant's like probably one of the busiest dudes I've ever met. But I'm sure he could do something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I like hearing, just like how I feel like some people maybe hopefully know that we're not fucking weirdos over here because you know
With
there
these
are
glasses.
people behind this the scene. Like we're just normal ass people back here, you know.
I can't with these glasses, bro.
They hurt still.
I just saw myself in
You
the
look- you-
camera.
you
This is the
straight, don't worry.
first
You look
time
cool. Yeah.
you ever looked at yourself.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
telling
been
you, you
waiting.
look like the range officer.
I really do. Malcolm, how do you fucking wear these around and think you're
They look
awesome?
I'm not gonna lie, I do like them the most on Malcolm. But
Yeah, he's got the hair and the hat for it, Malcolm over there.
so
Yeah.
so we're gonna move a little bit down the story a little bit.
Oh, we are? All right.
Where what? So did the 4AC? So the 4AC died. You
It
didn't
did.
put oil in.
No,
it.
it didn't die. It was murdered. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
allegedly.
it's my fault. I'm a killer.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But so then
happens.
you just decided to put a beams in that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
See?
It's what's crazy is I was like, okay, obviously Initial D talking to me had that 16 valve. It was a stock GTS in the show or whatever, and I was like, I want the basic thing that makes me learn how to drive this car fast. And then I would learn about the Beams engine, and then I was like, never mind, that's fucking cool. Look at that valve cover. You know what I mean? And the price versus this was like, yeah, it was 10 years ago because it was only a few months after I got the car that the motor blew, and then I picked up the motor and had it for a little while before I found it was a shop around here. I don't even want to name them. We're gonna leave them out. The dude had a Beams in his car, and I was like, no way. Like there was not a lot of information about it. There was virtually zero aftermarket support. It was in like the infancy of the swap, sort of. Maybe 2-3 years before that was when it started, picking up at all. But so this guy had it, one of the few in maybe the country. I don't even know, honestly. But so I was like, all right, I'll trust them to do it.
What year was this?
2011.
Okay.
Yep. Maybe 2012, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, 2011, 2012, something like that. Not a lot of them. So I bought the motor from JDM Engine Depot or something.
Yeah.
And
One of the 6
one of them.
depots.
and I brought it over to them. They installed it with the stock like SR5 and rear and stuff like that. So it was like I didn't have the disc brakes, so I had like the big clunky rear, and
Yeah.
I drove it home like 3 or 4 months later when they were done with it. They had to fab the mounts and everything, so it wasn't like just a drop-in solution, and I have no welding experience, and like I wasn't going to figure that out.
Yeah.
Considering I didn't know how to put oil in the car at the time. I wasn't going to do a swap.
So that
But you-
engine isn't just a drop-in engine.
No.
Now it is. Now it's
Oh,
very,
yeah,
very
no.
much so a drop-in engine now.
Okay.
And even at the time, the only reason it wasn't was there was no kit to slap mounts on the thing and drop it in the car. You just need a
Okay.
little massage of the trans tunnel to make it really fit. And,
J160 trans is hopefully you didn't have to massage it too much.
No,
You
know,
use the
if you
6
looked at
speed
it-
in there?
Oh yeah, the J160.
Yeah,
That
J160.
is. I had that same trans for the whole 7 or 8 years.
That
I
shit
had
might
the
be
beams in the
just about as big as a SR or a KA trans. It like is tapered like a normal.
It's bigger than a KA trans.
It
a
is?
little, yeah. It's a bit.
It ain't
bigger.
no
stock-
CD. This is a
The stock
CD.
AA86
Versus-
trans is fucking tiny.
Yeah, I can pick it up, and put it over my head.
Dude,
It's
that,
like, I've
that was
done-
life changing when
You
I
ever
saw
see a
one of
Miata
those.
Yeah.
transmission though?
I don't
Miata
know.
transmission, you could fucking.
It's big, or small?
No, it's tiny as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. That one might be.
And it's got
smaller.
like a little
It's
skinny
really
little
small.
shaft on it. and
That one
stuff.
looked like it was for a go kart.
Yeah, it's a tiny gearbox.
Yeah.
the T5,
T50.
T50. God
So you had that engine the whole time you had the car, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
damn! I
It
actually
was-
never knew that. I thought
Yeah.
I thought you might have bought the car like that.
No, I had that car. I had that engine in that car. Let's see, maybe a year or two. Yeah, about a year before I did my first drift event, because I spent like all the time trying to make sure that the motor was good, and I was learning as I was doing it. I did everything after they did the engine swap. All the work that got done on that car, I did myself pretty much. Besides,
Yeah.
if it was something custom that needed welding or whatever.
What was it like trying to figure out something that you didn't really have a lot of information on?
Well, luckily I found as much information as I could, but the dude had the running swap in his car already. So I was like, here you go. That's you make it do that thing where you start it and it drives.
Yeah.
no, but what if you ran into like a problem? You didn't run into any problems?
Let's see. I don't, so the
Toyota. I'm sorry, we're
No.
gonna having a hard
Let
time
'em have it.
remembering any problems
yeah,
that I had.
Yeah, let him hear it. Go
my
ahead.
bad.
Yep.
When was the last time a Nissan owner has ever said that to you?
What? They never had
I
any
just want to
problems?
set it right. You can't, right.
Hey, man.
He can't even think of
No,
it.
I can think now. I mean, listen, my
Did-
brain is fried because of.
Did you
young
make sure this
Nico.
had oil in it, though?
This had oil. This had Motul every oil change. Bro.
Okay.
Every oil change. No, it didn't.
And
It
you
had,
seem like-
Valkyrie, but-
I was about to believe you.
Yeah, no.
I was like, you seem like a pretty meticulous guy.
Sort of. Now I've become one.
You've
after
learned
working
it?
on that car. Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously,
through trial and error, baby.
So I did have problems with that car at first. It caught on fire, like sitting in. My buddy Grant from Battle Garage was visiting, and we were doing work on Eric's car, and we turned around and we're like, "Fuck is that?" And then I just see some smoke coming up from my bay, and something
no.
shorted in the fuse box, and there was a very, very tiny electrical fire.
Just
and-
while it was sitting there?
just while it was fucking sitting.
That's
it was
scary.
Crazy. It was, dude. It was the craziest thing.
That's
It was
really
great.
fucking scary.
okay, well, aside from that small,
I gotta up
hiccup-
my insurance policy.
Yeah, right.
Aside from yeah, because Nico's car is right behind.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this. Well, I'm. This is
I'm not
what-
even talking about that. I'm
Yeah,
just
no.
saying
In general,
there's a
it's
lot of
it's-
cars in here.
Yep.
See a lot of guys too.
What the fuck?
That's from a movie.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
That's from a movie.
Great cast, great podcast. I'm
What
bounce.
movie?
The Water Boy.
Air Bud.
No, the
The
Water,
Water
Boy.
Boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
The
it's from the
Water Boy?
scene when he walks inside the party, he invites, and then this girl goes up to him and she's trying to hit on him, and she goes, "You seen any girls? What's his name in that movie?
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby. You seen any girls, Bobby?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I see a lot of girls," because he's in a party.
A lot of
and then he
guys,
goes, "I
too."
see a lot of guys too."
We gotta watch that sometime. Fuck.
Maybe not together, but okay.
No, together. Just us. All right. Well, Malcolm can come. You can come watch it with us.
Say what?
Yeah. The best part about Malcolm is he literally just hangs out and watches the podcast while
He's watching it while we're doing it.
Yeah.
That's my test of if it's
funny?
if it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Not funny, but
Funny
if-
for me, 'cause I
if
look over and
Malcolm
I'll
is
see him
over
laughing.
there, like,
Yeah, if he looks bored.
yeah. Then I'm like, damn, I must not be doing that good today.
Yeah, but then sometimes
But then sometimes you get a laugh out of Malcolm, and I'm like,
he's just dying laughing and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm just watching this shit and it's crazy.
but yeah, no, that's a good Adam Sandler movie. Plugged it. I love Adam Sandler movies. The
What's-
shitty Adam Sandler movies are the best. To
What's
me.
your favorite one?
That's My Boy
I don't even know that movie.
with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I could quote that movie. Me and one of my close friends can fucking quote
Wait.
that movie end to end.
Is that like a newer one?
I have no idea. Do you know what I'm watching? Do you know any Adam Sandler
I
movies?
have not been
Nico?
listening for the past 5 minutes.
Shit.
No, click, bro.
Click?
That's the only one.
That's
I can
only
think
one-
Click is a good movie.
That's
of.
my-
What's the one with the jewels and the family gems?
Uncut
or
Gems.
Yeah,
that one was
I didn't
crazy.
see that movie yet,
Yeah.
but I heard it's good.
That was kind of crazy.
That was good. Uncut Gems
But
was
the
good.
Adam Sandler
I
one
think,
with
if I remember,
that I'm
actually
that
may
I'm
have been
telling
upset
Frankie
with the
about
ending,
called
but-
"That's My Boy." He was like this fucking failed. I wouldn't even call him a rock star. He like banged his teacher and became famous for that.
Wait, this is the movie you always talk about.
And you still don't fucking know what I'm
But
talking
is
about?
Adam Sandler even in this movie?
He's the main character.
Is he? Because he doesn't even come up on the cast.
No, this is where Adam Sandberg plays Adam Sandler.
No,
Yeah,
it's Andy Samberg
And
and
Andy Samberg plays
and
Adam
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler.
No, Adam's not in the movie.
Adam is in the movie.
Are you fucking with me?
I'm completely fucking with you.
I'm starting to
God.
believe you.
No,
Yeah, he'd
don't
be a good
listen
Adam
to-
Sandler.
All right, I see him. I see him now.
Thank
okay.
God. He's got a mullet.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. What were we
Okay.
even talking about? Now everybody knows I
Cars.
love this movie.
But I never
Cars.
I never saw that movie.
It's a good movie. If you want to just watch a shit movie plot, it's very predictable, but the acting in it, I just think it's hilarious. Like they hit the nail on the head in terms of just
Got some good actors in it.
old-fashioned comedy.
3 stars.
And that's all the time we've got for today, guys.
All right, continue your conversation. I'm sorry, guys.
Vanilla
no, that's
Ice
not your
is-
fault. It was
Vanilla,
his fault. He
Vanilla
brought up That's
Ice,
My Boy. You're chilling.
Vanilla Ice is in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a funny Vanilla Ice story.
Oh, let's hear
Oh,
it.
let's hear it.
It was one girl that was working at the restaurant. She was a server.
Christ,
she
where
went-
is this going?
She went to a bar. It was somewhere up here in North Jersey because he like lives around here, doesn't he?
A lot of people live around here, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
And like I just remember it's not even like a crazy story, but like she was like, yeah, I was at this bar and the Vanilla Ice walked in, and he was there for a while, and then he was just like, hey, yo, who wants to dance with Vanilla Ice?
Oh
and
my
nobody
God.
turned their heads, and she was just like, she's the only one who looked. She was like, Vanilla Ice is here, bro. Like, oh, it's like, and I'm at.
he just walks in.
Could
Yo,
you imagine?
God.
Couldn't be me, but it could be. Who knows?
One of my favorite scenes from That's
I would
My
have danced
Boy.
with him.
From That's My Boy
that
is
weird?
in that movie.
Yeah,
he
it
has actually in real life he has a 5.0, like a Mustang. That's like that was his thing. It was a white Fox body Mustang.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the movie, and Adam Sandler goes, "You still got the 5.0?" And then Vanilla Ice is just like, he doesn't talk. He's just like,
It's a canon event. Yeah.
and then they start ripping the 5.0, like taking it off jumps and shit.
I got to see that movie.
Yes,
it
you
sounds
do.
horrible, but I'll watch it.
It's fantastic. Me and my shout out my boy Smitty. We watched that shit every day for a month.
Fucking Schmitty.
That's what his mom fucking calls him. No, I'm just kidding.
Fucking Schmitty.
But so that Beams,
So
bringing us back now.
the Beams
Uh,
engine
Let's just
came
get right into it.
It originally came in an Altezza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the
Altezza,
only
the
thing
fifth-
it came in?
The fifth, yes, the fifth. There may have been a Sita or something. I think it was just the Altezza. Yeah. I've forgotten all my Beams history, so you're gonna ask me a bunch of questions.
think
I am.
once
I'm
you-
gonna next
I
question.
once-
How much power does it make?
Factory is 207.
Yes.
To the crank.
207 at the crank.
When I first had my car done, the shop dynoed it, and it was like 145 wheel, and I was upset
Yikes.
because I had just spent blacktop 20 valve money on a swap when I kind of wanted the blacktop 20 valve.
Yeah, how much would
and-
that make?
The same.
Oh,
But it hits a
no.
limit. It hits a limit.
Yeah, it does hit a limit.
It
I
hits a limit.
completely. So the number one thing that changed, and I waited to do this, it was way too long. Let me see that. It took way too long.
Damn, he hit me with the claps.
Come on, bring it up. The first thing, anybody, if you're listening and you've got a Beams and you're like, what do I do with it? You hit up Panic, and you get that
The wiring
engine
harness?
harness and that ECU combo, and then you never have a problem again.
That's cool.
Seriously, like the day I installed that with ITBs, that card, I drove it I think to H2O, and I had a hot idle problem where I didn't adjust the throttles properly, so it's kind of dying, on like at idle. But once
So
I
you would
fixed
be that guy at the traffic light. Boom,
I literally, yeah,
bum,
yep.
bum.
I would just sit there. I actually just put like a something under the, like I unscrewed the nut on the stop, and it would just hold the throttle plate open. So I was like 1200 RPM all weekend. It was chill.
Yeah.
It was chill.
That's a nice experienced move to make there.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Just had
See?
the plate open
that
a
was a
little bit,
jump.
kept
That was
it
a big
alive.
jump there.
So they make a harness for the Beams engine?
Yes, he is
Oh.
like, it's like exclusive. I mean, you hit him up and you say, I have this on my Beams, and he goes, you want it with or without AC? And you're like, what? And then you put it
Yeah.
on.
You
Um,
had that in there?
not AC, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. No.
I was about to be like,
but-
yeah, do you miss it?
It's crazy. Like, I wish, yeah. My buddy Eric has AC in his A86. He was gonna pick me up in it after this podcast, but it said it was supposed to hail, so I don't know if he's gonna bring it out.
What? Wait,
Eric
I think
Tatey.
I might have met him.
Yeah, Eric Tatey.
Oh,
He
yeah,
has a
yeah,
gray
yeah.
yeah,
one?
he's brought.
Yeah.
A
He had-
gray one?
He has the black and gray two-tone hatch now. He used to have the gray one that flipped at Englishtown.
The amount
Yep.
of sorry about that.
We'll get into that.
Um,
That was fun. That was a big. We'll get into that.
The amount of times I've seen that two-tone one, I'll be like driving at Bear Mountain, and I'll just see it.
Oh yeah.
And
he's
like
there all
at the time, I had a hatch, the black hatch, and I would just be like, always being like, oh my god, because to me that's the car that I love the most. But I gotta say, after seeing yours and like being able to sit by it, it's something that I just like to look at.
Yeah.
The doors are too long.
They are.
When you open them, it doesn't feel like my car when I open that. It's like
Right.
so long. And then like the inside, is it like, if it doesn't have like a fixed back like yours, I sat in this other one that they had here that was very factory, and I was like, this thing is like the best example ever. Uncracked dash, dude. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
mine was uncracked. I
Really?
never get any credit for that. That was like my crowning achievement in this industry. You know, my career in the automotive industry.
And like the first time I met you was
Ready, Set, Drift.
Ready Set Drift. Yeah, I
When was
had
parked.
my-
We were butt to butt.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like,
and
yo.
Butt.
you
And
have
then-
no idea, dude. So that day, now I can say it because you're here. That day, I was geeking because I'm like, Chris knows I only know what that is because of Initial D,
Right.
and everything I knew was because of Initial D. And then that
So
car
you guys
parked
are the
me-
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of us, dude.
Initial D started it all.
Yeah,
Yeah, it actually
it's because it
seems
was on Netflix.
there are
man.
a lot of people.
And
yeah.
you know what? There's no problem with that.
No.
You know? Like
No.
a lot
I mean,
of
I
people,
feel like that's the most natural way for
it's the I
Fast and
think
the
it's one of
Furious
the best
films.
ways. Yeah, I mean, Fast and Furious. You know what's crazy is like I kind of hate myself as a car guy. Like I watched all the Fast and Furious films growing up as they came out, but they didn't like make me obsessed with cars.
No, no. Need for Speed did,
Yeah, Need for
and
Speed
Forza
was,
and Gran Turismo.
Forza
that did.
was huge for me.
First Fast and
because you're
Furious did
sitting
it
there
for me.
for
You know what's-
hours
That
on
Honda
end.
Civic.
What's crazy is actually what got me into cars to begin with was Formula One. Like we were big on Forza and Gran Turismo. Me and my friends would just play it because I played like music in a band, and me and my bandmates would play racing games. And then the first time we had like this like hysterical Logitech wheel that you like it had the cutouts for your legs, so you
Yeah.
turn it
Dude,
between your
oh
legs.
my god, yes.
Yeah, it was funny.
And it didn't turn fully. It was just like this.
Was
Yeah,
it
it's pretty
terrible
rough.
to use?
It was miserable.
it
Like,
just-
was the control? Did the controller make more sense than the steering wheel?
Yes.
You know, yeah, because we did struggle forever.
Because they
Um,
expect you to sit with it on your lap and
yeah,
use the pedals.
It was bad. But
Yeah, I seen that.
Once you said cutouts for the legs, I was like,
so
oh my
fun.
god, I know that feeling.
I just
know
remember
what you're
using
talking
those
about.
sometimes, and I'm like, the controller is better than this.
Yeah.
The shifter is
Yeah.
right here, like on the right next to the wheel.
Yeah,
It's
shifting
up and,
in an
up
F1
and
car,
down,
yeah.
up and down.
Yes.
But like we got bit on that, and then we all started watching F1 in like 2009, 2008, something like that.
Who was like leading driver back then? 2009,
Sebastian Vettel was actually in 2009, 2010 it was Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton was the underdog, and I was like, yo, I love that guy. That's my guy forever. So now when I like talk to people at F1, I'm like, oh, Lewis is my guy. They're like, oh, just because he's a champion. I was like, bro,
I was about to say-
watched him dig for the
Yeah.
I watched him.
I was there.
I don't know anything about
In the
Formula One.
streets.
The opposite happens to me.
Yeah.
People hear that I'm into cars and they expect me to be into Formula One. That's kind of how I got into cars, but not Formula One. My dad
Yeah.
liked watching Indy car
Yeah.
racing, like
But
Scott
for me,
Dixon and shit like that.
it was racing exclusively. I
Anything with a motor.
I
type of
did,
shit.
you know, like I think there's also like a pipeline we can talk about with like dudes that skateboard and BMX into drifting and
Oh, it's always-
and sports and dudes that do like extreme sports. Like I skateboarded my whole life when I was a kid. Well, my whole life when I was a kid. What the fuck does that even mean? I skated for my whole childhood, and I played like competitive paintball. I did like a bunch of like weird, neat, like I mean, skateboarding
Alternative
wasn't-
lifestyle.
extreme stuff.
That's what
he
it
shopped at
is.
Zoomies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you?
I bought skateboards from there because
I went to-
I'm
CCS,
feeling like you're around my age. You're 30,
I'm 31.
31? Okay.
You guys are the same age.
So Zoomies was like tail end of.
For me,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me,
it was a
Zoomies-
good place to get parts real quick.
I
for
didn't
your-
get
for
shit
your
from
board.
Yeah.
Zoomies. I once CCS opened, I bought from there once.
I would buy like hundreds and stuff and
CCS
stuff
open.
like that.
I remember ordering through the magazine.
Yeah, they would have a
Oh, yeah.
magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Still have
opened
them
a
at home.
store once, and it was in like the mall.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But no, yeah, that's
I had to show Malcolm where the van store was with remember the half pipe or whatever they had in there.
Oh yeah, the mall.
Yeah.
The Morristown Mall.
Well,
I
I'm
think
thinking Garden State Mall, but yeah.
there
'cause
was
you're-
another mall that was a Vans Park I used to skate at. That was so fucking cool.
Yeah, Malcolm didn't believe me.
Big
He's like,
rip
no,
to
they
that.
didn't fucking have that.
Oh,
I'm like,
dude,
That
park
kind of
was
shit
huge.
existed
I'm
in
like,
malls
yeah,
before,
dude,
Malcolm,
this-
for the
Yeah.
enjoyment of the people that was there.
yeah, shit was cool.
It
Now
was
it's all
for
just
fun.
fucking
Yeah.
Now it's just
Tesla stores and
now
Prada.
they just
Right.
need a brick and mortar store so that they could look better on their taxes.
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was racing, which is why I got an Evo, because I was like, oh, I need something 4-wheel drive so I can go fast everywhere I
But
go.
that's a nice car to pick.
It-
Like,
it was cool.
If you were
Yeah.
just happen to luckily pick a good
Yeah.
one.
It was
That's-
actually.
I love that
what
car.
Was it like? It was my second car.
What
Brand new.
what was your first car out of curiosity?
How do you want to do this? Do you want me to tell you, or do you guys want to like play the guessing game?
Are you
We
going to
could
tell
play
me like a
guessing game.
Lamborghini
He's really
Murcielago?
good at this.
No.
Give him like one hint.
One
Or
hint,
you
yeah.
ask, play the game that you always play, Carl. Remember? You never did it on here, but you did it when we went to Jimmy Oaks' place.
Oh yeah, in the road trip because I was trying to make our time more entertaining. Yeah, 21 questions.
Let's run it.
But I can only ask about car stuff, and I
Okay.
can't. Okay, let's go.
I bet you're gonna try and figure out what my.
I'm gonna
first
try to
car
figure
is.
out what
Yeah,
your first
okay.
car is right now. Okay. Now I'm under pressure. Now I'm sweating a little bit.
All right.
Is it front wheel drive?
No.
Whew. Okay. Is it 4-door?
I don't remember if it had 4 doors or not. I think,
Bro.
I think it did have 4 doors. Yes, it had 4 doors. Yes.
Christ.
I forgot. I haven't seen the car in so
Had it
many
for a
years.
week.
'Cause-
So it's not a front wheel drive, and is it known for rally use?
Absolutely not.
Okay, perfect. Ford Taurus.
No.
Damn, you can't just throw a guess out that
I thought I was
fast,
throwing
bro.
it out there.
Jesus. All right, you got 2 more guesses, so be careful.
Wait, is it? I thought it was 21.
It's a 4 door. It's a 4 door.
It's a 4-door?
Yes.
Yeah, but you just can't throw a guess out. You gotta
Okay.
ask a question.
So is it rear wheel drive?
Yes.
So it's 4-door rear wheel drive. Is it an American brand?
Yes.
it's an American car.
Is it a Thunderbird?
No. What the fuck? No.
Okay, but it's a
Oh, no.
4-door rear
You
wheel
got
drive
one more
car.
shot. You better keep asking those questions.
I know, but it's a 4. And if you're in the chat, and there's a few people.
It's
in here.
rear-wheel drive.
It's a rear wheel drive.
It's a
It's
ma-
a 4-door.
It's a 4-door.
And it's an
if you knew
American
anything
car.
else about my other social media ventures, you might be able to guess what it was, but
Like, such as what?
I can't. I don't want to plug it because I'm not. No one's supposed to know it's me, but
Ah,
This
okay,
might
that's
give it
fine.
away
That's
after.
fine. That's fine. No, no,
yeah,
no.
the Thunderbird was a good guess.
I
Good
only
guess,
know
but
because
not close.
so there was this guy on grid at East Coast Bash, and I talked to
Yeah.
him briefly.
So-
what a 4-door fucking American
Wait, it-
car rear wheel drive? That shit's a motherfucking
Oh, shit.
Bel Air.
That's not a guess, right?
No, it's just a bro. I'm just talking out loud. I didn't see any facial
So it's a
reaction,
Ford.
no.
It's a Ford.
no.
Oh, it's not
Never
a
said-
Ford.
Never said that.
He didn't say that. He said it's an American car, though.
Is it a Chevrolet?
No.
You can't. You're
Hey,
knocking
man.
out these
As
questions.
soon,
Hey,
as, as
man.
soon as you guess the next one, you're gonna be like, oh, it's a blank, blank, blank.
Okay.
You said no to Chevy and no to Ford.
Yeah. There's only one more American brand.
PT Cruiser.
It's a fucking Pontiac.
No. Doesn't fall under any of those companies. So it's not like Buick.
It's a
GMC,
fucking
nothing, you know what I
AMC
mean?
Javelin.
Oh my god, that's not 4-door.
But it's, dude, we're leaving out that era of these cars that you don't know about.
So it's a Dodge?
It's a Dodge.
Ooh,
Okay.
it's a Dodge.
It's a Jackal. No.
It's a jackal. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. It's a Dodge.
I'm gonna go like.
No.
I'm 31 years old, so just do the math. How old was I when I got my license? What cars were? What year is it? That'll.
Dodge.
Oh, it's a new.
Stealth.
It's a new car at the time.
It wasn't. It was made. I think it was like 5 or 6 years old. So, but
Okay.
you know,
so
you can kind of get that.
2006.
Yeah. We'll call it 2006 or it was.
What the
2007.
fuck was out
Yeah.
at that 300C?
300Z?
C.
Oh, C.
The fake Bentley or Rolls Royce.
No,
Thank God.
Oh
All right.
my goodness gracious! Lincoln Continental.
it was a Dodge Charger.
Oh, you started the takeovers. You started the takeovers.
Yeah, it was,
That's why you had us guessing.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn. We couldn't get that, Carl.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah,
You suck.
That's not on the top of my brain. I'm not actually.
it was a Hellcat.
I'm not actually a
Dodge
takeover
Hellcat.
guy.
I had faith in you, Carl.
Wide body Hellcat, Scat Pack 392. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
it was
God.
an SXT. It was a V6.
It was a V6.
Yeah.
That's the car that kids in high school got, and they would be like, "Wow, that's a nice car."
It was. I had the nicest car at school, but it's only
See?
because I was the only person
Yeah.
in Vineland who worked his entire life. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't buy it straight out cash, but I was like, oh, I can make a car payment on anything I want. And I'm looking at like cars way out of my budget. My dad's like, yo, stick to like 10, 15K. I was like, straight, I can find something. But then as soon as I saw the Charger, I was like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. That's the most gorgeous car in the fucking world. It's so
This is
The
him,
body
this is him right here.
lines.
I didn't even, yeah.
God damn.
God damn. That's the most beautiful car I've seen in my life. If I don't get that car,
Is it a Hemi?
it's a Hemi. I didn't even care about what engine was in it.
Yeah.
There was two it was like some used car dealer. There was a red RT that was V8 but had like ripped seats. It was beat up and had like 70K miles. My dad was like, "You're not getting that fucking car. It's gonna break on you." It was actually a good deal.
Probably would have broken on
My
you,
car,
though.
it was a 2007 SXT Dodge Charger V6. It had 20,000 miles on it. It was really good for his car.
That's
It
a
was big.
fucking brand new car.
Yeah, I got it for like not even 15K, which like I mean maybe because I'm thinking about car prices today, but that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's like you getting a literally like some sort of like Hellcat looking one for like that price. Good.
But, yeah, I pulled up to school with that, and then no girls talked to me still, which was kind of crazy. And people were like, "You're rich," and I was like, "No, my family's broke."
So how did you like go to an Evo after that? Like where was that?
I drove it to the dealership and I traded it in.
So you were just like, I'm done with this?
Yeah,
You fucking idiot.
I had that car for like 3 or 4 years. As I like, all right, so I got that car when I was like 17. I think I was 18 when I got that car. And I realized when I bought that car, I was like, okay. I was looking at a picture of it. The first car I wanted. Do you guys remember the first car you wanted when you first realized you could drive?
I'll tell you mine
Yep.
after you.
I don't even want to fucking say mine. It was so like I had just got into cars. I was like, oh, I can get. So this is what I could afford. I want this Dodge Caravan. This thing looks sick. It was so weird. It was like a newer one. It was boxy. I was like, I kind of want it because it's big. I can fit all my friends in it. And then I
That's
saw the
cool.
Charger and I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, now I get it. I get cars are a thing that you can get to like flex.
So you were just looking at like the utilitarian version. Like,
I was
can
until I saw the Charger.
put a lot of people.
Mine
in
wasn't
Yeah,
a
I
Dodge
would-
Caravan. It was actually an Integra.
That's cool. Yeah, you're cool. You're cooler.
I
than
wanted
I
an
am.
Integra, but then
I think mine was a Jeep Wrangler or a Hummer H1.
See, those make sense because those are like their own
What,
thing.
Malcolm?
I
What?
wanted a Hummer so fucking bad.
Yeah,
But
right?
there was no chance I was
Humvee.
getting one of those.
no,
Fuck you, Malcolm.
I thought that those were cool. No, Malcolm, you have to think about it like if you were a kid. That you're thinking way back, like
no,
to
you
me-
don't. I want one right now.
No,
How about that, Malcolm?
No. I mean, like what Nico's saying is like more like for me. I'll tell you the exact time and exact reason why I was an Integra. One time I was sitting in the bus. It was a kindergarten field trip to that weird museum in Paramus or whatever.
Chill out.
You know exactly what I'm talking
Why are you
about.
hating?
That
you
museum
hating?
was mid
What?
as
Wait,
fuck.
what? You talk about the? There's only in Paramus.
Yes, it was like a kid museum. We went there as a field trip. You play in the sand and shit. I was playing with that excavator shit all day.
Ooh, that kind of just brought back a weird memory.
What? Tell me what you're
Where
feeling.
is that?
I just told you, my guy. It's in Paramus.
What's it called?
Fuck if I know. I would have told you the name by now.
Holy shit, dude! I definitely played that with that same excavator thing.
Yeah, all car guys do.
What the fuck?
Me,
not Nico.
I'm too far.
I gotta figure this out.
But anyway, I went there and we're on the bus, and my teacher, my parents always used to talk to my teacher, and they talked to her and they said like, "Oh, he's really good with cars or whatever." I was in kindergarten, and
How do they know you're really good with cars when you're in kindergarten?
I saw him on an excavator.
I lived, breathed, ate it. Like it was the only thing I played with. It was what my parents knew would keep me quiet. Like it was a one thing. So
All right, okay, I'll give it to you.
I'm on the bus.
You have it.
This is a core memory if I'm remembering this clearly. I'm on the bus, and a fucking Integra, like it was black. It was like in the left lane, and I was sitting in the bus, and my teacher's like, "What kind of car is that? What kind of car is that? What kind of car is that?" Pointing random cars out, and then
Just
that
screaming,
shit, that
trying to pass
shit
the bus for 3
just
minutes at 6K RPM.
with a straight pipe.
And it's just-
right past, like it's right
That was
next to
actually
me,
pretty good.
and fucking like. And I'm like, oh, that's an Integra, but it's a GSR, blah 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 blah, because of the little badge and like the facelift and like the wheels.
And then your teacher was like,
And-
I'm
Yeah,
having a hard time
and then-
believing this was
yeah.
in kindergarten.
I shit you
This
not.
had to have been 4th grade. In 4th grade, I had a hard time
Kenneth
believing
and
you
Mike
knew what a
out, bro.
Kenneth,
GSR
Kenneth
was.
did the same shit. My little brother did the same shit, except his shit is
And then-
his shit's license plates. You can remember him really well.
and
But
then
like
the
I'm
teacher
telling
was
you,
like,
I was like, I
nice
want
job.
that car.
You could read the brochure.
I want that car. I want it, and I got it. And guess what? It didn't really live up to the hype.
Yeah.
And the engine was glorious and like this
Glorious.
that, but it didn't drift, so I didn't like it.
So you knew all the specs
I didn't know. Here's
you
the
were
wi-
4?
Here I know all the shit on the outside of it. I didn't know a lot about engine. I lived in like, I grew up in Jersey City and playing with like bicycles still. Like I wasn't anywhere near to learn anything about what was in it. Like I seen engine bays on Need for Speed. That's it. I didn't really know what a valve cover was.
That noise.
Well, because that's the shit. That's what I'm experiencing. I'm looking at it. I'm hearing it. Like that's.
That was pretty good.
That was
really
alright.
good.
I just whipped that out of nowhere. I didn't even practice that.
Here's a noise no one can ever replicate. A 1J. You can't.
Yeah, you can. Just
Can we go off the air so I can try this for like 3
Can
minutes?
you do like a
Dude,
Hoover
you-
vacuum?
You can hear it in your head,
I'm
right?
I'm really good with like
It's
this
this-
kind of
I
stuff.
know, I
You
know.
should hear me do an F1 car.
All right, you guys
I
just
can't anymore,
practice. I'm sure the people will love it.
Yeah.
I know, no, I can't do a 1J sound because it does this like. It's
there's too much induction noise on that.
it's
It's
just
I'm gonna
does
call
this
up a fucking
weird
loogie now.
thing. Like it's very like. That's the
It's
kind of
weird.
shit.
That's close.
That's the kind of shit that about cars that I like. That's notable to me.
Yo, I used to do a really good rotary. Hold on.
Oh, you almost had
Oh,
it there. That's idle right
I can
there.
only do
Yep, it's
induction
turning
noise.
on. It's turning on. It's turning on.
Cold
yeah,
start. Come
Are
on,
you still
do
gonna
it.
try to do it?
Come on, do it.
You don't have to try.
Well, that's my rotary.
Okay.
Oh.
That rotary's
And
weird.
everybody just signed off.
That
Nobody's-
rotary is weird.
Welcome to ASMR hour.
But no, that was the core memory that I had that made me go, oh shit, I would like to drive that kind of car one day.
Yeah.
But then here was the problem with that, okay? And
You
here's
were in kindergarten and you couldn't fucking drive for 20 more years.
yeah, and I looked, dude, it was that's in summation, that's where I'm going with this. I feel like all my life I was just waiting to get my license so I could drive something, and then when I remember I got my license and I was like, well, what do I do now? I wasn't like I'm gonna go race this thing or do. I was just then after that I was just doing high
See,
school.
I was actually
just-
strangely the opposite. I didn't fucking care about getting my license
Me either.
until I found out like, oh, I can get a car.
It was all I
can have my
wanted,
own
dude.
thing. I was like, oh, I need my license now. Need to get
It's
a car.
all I wanted, man. Like it was freedom, like being able to drive the car. It was like being on a real life go-kart track everywhere.
Yeah, that's how I treated my Evo. The world was my racetrack, A to B. I was full. I mean, like, man, my heel toe technique got so I was getting so many compliments whenever I'd go to like track days. And they're
No,
like, you're
that-
really good, really quick. I was like, dude, I practice all day, every day in my car.
cool.
Are you
illegally.
originally from? Have you been in South Jersey your whole
Yeah,
life?
born and raised. Yes, sir.
God damn!
This whole fucking time, I thought you lived in Pennsylvania.
No.
Whoops.
What made you think
I
that?
could never.
I don't know.
Does he
I
look
don't
like a
know.
Pennsylvanian?
I just thought most of you guys were from Pennsylvania.
No, just Diego.
Okay, that's probably why.
And by most of you guys, you mean Auto Real Dream.
Yeah. What do you think I meant?
Nothing.
Oh, we haven't even talked about drifting and stuff yet.
We
Holy
have
shit.
not.
We've been
But-
riffing.
No, but
I love it.
So here's the nice thing, because this is gonna be a nice little side note into drifting right here. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Come on, mate.
All
You
so
turned
are we doing
really
more car
red.
noises or no?
That would sound like a rotary. Yeah. That's it. Holy shit. That was pretty good.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. I
Carl's
didn't know
a
I
little
could, I didn't know I
jealous
could
right
do
now.
that
Can't
until
do
I
that.
just did that.
Yeah.
That's not the rotary noise I was good at.
like
but I'm
that.
glad
That
I.
was
I'm
nice.
speechless right now.
Yeah, Carl's literally
Because
looking
I'm
at me
on the
like,
headphones
fuck.
right now,
Yeah,
and
that
I'm like,
sounds yeah.
if I just started, I already started being able to smell it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's that's the
Premix?
part about
Yeah.
cars that excites me. That's why the 1J is very important to me. That's why everybody was like, turbo the fucking GE. Stop fucking telling me that.
Did you go to Sevens Day last year? Did I see
Yeah.
you there?
Only at the park part.
So you saw my FD.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about that briefly, but you only had that for so long.
Yeah, that car almost hurts more to get
Wait,
got rid
fuck. I don't even remember this car.
of. Dude, that's where you got the picture of me pointing from for the intro.
Oh, that's
I was-
him. That's why.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not-
okay,
I don't
okay,
remember
yeah,
this
never mind.
car though.
He had a red FD.
I had it. I bought it. What year is it? The beginning of 2020.
Oh, but you had your Corolla at the same time.
No, I sold the Corolla and then I bought the FD.
Oh, and everyone thought you gave up on drifting. Is that what?
Exactly.
And by
But-
everyone, I mean Seb.
well, was your
Yeah.
intention to?
Like, I don't know who else I'm talking
I did
to.
want to drift it. I did. I wanted to have like a sick highway car. I wanted it to have the interior tune that made you feel
Yeah.
like it was right hand drive. So I wanted that like piece of Japan I could rip on the highway.
That sounds
Then I
sick.
realized that my highways where I live are not the highways for that. If I moved up here, maybe I would have.
Wait, why?
pursued
Why?
it.
South Jersey
So-
highways are.
They're rough. They're rough. We don't take care of them. Yeah, I mean, all New Jersey is.
Bro,
it's
AC
the same thing.
Expressway. I used to be in Atlantic City in
okay,
35 minutes,
The AC
brother.
Expressway is good, but there are so many. I'm 30 minutes.
I don't-
From
I don't
AC,
actually
there's so
speed on
many
there.
cops,
My
it's
roommate
insane. It's very
Also doesn't speed on there actually.
that's a bad place to drive. But it is a good stretch of highway.
When you're
right.
late to the Borgata, you got to go.
You big AC guy?
When I went to school down there, that's how I know where Vineland is.
Yeah.
My buddy lives right in that area.
You be
He
out
lives
there
in,
gambling.
Franklinville, he lives.
Oh yeah, it's like 10 minutes from me.
But no, yeah, there wasn't anything to do. Rowan was still pretty small, but I heard now they added a bunch of different
Yeah.
bars, and I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
It's pretty lit up.
But
yeah, the FD was cool. The FD was like I wanted it to be like a nice car I could invest into, and then like in the future get a bag from it.
So what the hell
did it,
happened with
yeah,
that?
what made you veer away?
The car was like the one thing I always wanted from my Corolla that I never got, and I did have it at the end, like the tail end of my ownership of it. I wanted a car I could get in. I know if I turn the key, it's gonna start right up, and I know I can drive it here and there and there. I wanted to enjoy a car.
That wasn't
I can
the
also
rotary?
I don't know if that was like sarcastic or not.
I know because okay, I like everything the rotary stands for. Dude.
Yes,
It's
Rotary
all
is
about fun.
Probably the coolest. I mean, it is the only
Very
different
cool.
engine. Like, you know what I mean? Every combustion engine that's got pistons is the same thing. In essence,
There's a piston and a
there's
ring.
a piston and a ring, and whatnot. But the rotary was like cool, and it stood for everything that like
Yeah.
a Japanese car should stand for, which is like innovation. Whatever. We're not going to get into the FD like that. We all know about FD.
So it gave you a little bit of a problem. You were used to.
You know what? Surprisingly, not really. So I did drive it to. It overheated a lot. It would get like hot, and I know heat is the killer of the rotary engine. So I drove it to the Adam LZ event in 2021, and I literally got like, Englishtown's like an hour and 45 for me. And you know how when you like get into Englishtown and you're at the quick check, I don't go the Wawa way. I come from the back.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you're going through the.
I don't know that way.
Yeah, you go through all the houses and stuff, and there's a couple.
Frankie,
four-way stops
it's the
before you
other
get there.
side.
It's the other side.
That's the other side. I don't know.
I don't know that way. No, not on my Dodge Charger.
You said an hour and 45 from E-Town. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, you're in Delaware.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, I'm like an hour and 40. I'm like an hour from Delaware. But,
Yeah. Wow.
Dude, logistically, I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of weird part of Jersey?
So that Adam LZ event was so fucking packed. It was insane. I
Yeah.
got to that. Normally, I just zoom through that
So that shit was
area.
idling,
It
just-
yeah, there was people backed up from the entrance of E-Town all the way past those houses. It's like a mile and a half.
You're
2
just
miles.
watching that temp needle.
Yeah,
just-
I turned around. I drove all the way there. I said, you know what? I can't sit here. I turned around and went home. Didn't even.
Oh.
I was a mile from the gate.
why
in the
did
FD.
why did it do that? Why did they do that?
I don't know. The cooling system seemed to have been in order. It was a really hot day. I had the AC on. Like the car was nice, but I mean,
I think you
had
ended up
just
going
gotten-
back. Did you go back?
No, I didn't. I went
Oh.
home. I went home.
That LZ event.
was not there.
Didn't we? We were there.
Yeah, we had to be.
That
I
was where the
not there.
GTR.
I was
did
at
that
FD
thing.
with the
No.
FD.
Oh.
And that's where I think I saw.
That's
you guys
where we
last.
saw
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's where. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about FD.
But so you got rid of that, and then now
No, but what happened with the cooling system? You just sold it.
No, so
I wanna
it
know
was-
what the hell was going on.
I did a service to it, and I think it just needed some cooling upgrades in general. I don't know. They get tired, they get hot, they get exhausted.
I like a
interesting.
rotary. One of these days.
But
man.
what it was like even around town it was good. It was just long drives in the heat if I stood still at idle.
Yeah.
So what freaked me out about that car was when I drove it home, there was one of the turbo outlets was just leaking oil pretty badly. And I kept looking at this car like, if I want to drift this, I need to get rid of the twin turbos, and I need to do a single turbo, and I need like 10 bands. And I don't want to do this thing that I did with the Corolla where I put all my fucking money into the Corolla to drift my like life savings, which a lot of people have done. So I made some headway when I sold the
Whoa.
Corolla. I actually sold it for a good price, and then the owner who has it taking great care of it. I love it. I'm very stoked he has it. And then I got the FD for such a good price that I was like, if I leave it how it is now and I don't invest a ton of money into it, yeah, this car will be like a great piece in 10 years. It's like completely stock. I just need to make the things right. I shouldn't drift this car. And then at that time, Real Dream had taken a break because Diego sold this car, Seb moved to LA, and it was just me and David Bob, but I didn't have a drift car.
Damn, it was just Dave.
Just
Well,
David Bob.
and Seb.
And Seb. Seb did drive a little bit, but so.
Wait, so Auto Real Dream formed when you already had the Corolla.
Oh yeah,
Right.
me, Diego, and Seb started Real Dream, the end of 2018, like 2019, I think. Our first event was a Spirit event in November of, I think, 2019.
I remember when you
The
guys
three
went.
of us.
Yeah.
It was fun. Are we talking about Real Dream or are we talking about the FD? Where do you guys want to go?
Where do you want to go?
Uh,
Juicy platters?
Because I think I answered the FD question. I sold the.
Sold the
I'll
FD?
tidy up the FD story.
Yes, sold the
I sold
FD.
it because it was one of those cars that it had a hard time starting. Not all the time. Rotaries always do have a hard time starting. And I realized with that, I was like, okay, this rotary engine is cool. Not what I want for me. You know what I mean? So I was like, I can get a good. I flipped that car. It was a good bag. And then with that money, I bought the JZX, and I waited a year, and I just got it in April.
Okay.
Now,
Now,
We can
you
go.
were trying to get back to drifting with that?
correct.
Which
Diego had just got
You
his
do be
Chaser.
drifting.
I do be drifting. That thing. Oh,
Very nice.
I love this car so fucking
Sounds
much. It's
so
insane.
nice.
Diego got the Chaser. David Bob obviously is David Bob, and he doesn't ever stop doing all the cool shit. So he was ready to go. Seb was like, "Yeah, I'm settled now in LA. I can do the bi-coastal thing. We can do drift event. We'll do basically
Yeah.
focus on final bout and like big events whenever Seb can make it."
Yeah.
Diego bought the Chaser. David Bob fucked it up. No, I'm just kidding. Broke Diego's heart. I'm not kidding. It actually happened.
Wait, what did you do?
Oh no, they did an event. David Bob spun. Diego hit him. There's and that like. Sorry guys, I'm blowing you guys up. David Bob and Diego.
It happens.
But yeah, we know it is what it is. It's part of the territory.
It is. It's part of the sport.
And Diego kind of stopped for a little bit, took a little break, as I would have as well.
Working on that FXR.
Correct.
Yeah.
Harley guy.
But so then I said, okay, I bought this car so I can drift, JZX twin drift with my homie, and we can do Real Dream stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was just me and David Bob again.
Yep. Fuck.
So I was like, okay, Diego, I'll give you time. You'll be back.
This is a common thing that happens in drift clubs, though.
Yes.
It's very hard to keep everyone on the same page.
Right. And especially we're all getting older. We all have responsibilities, sort of.
Yeah.
That's the hard part
Yeah.
is being able to. I think about that a lot now. Let's say you see like a big team, all of them had to align
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
everything.
The bigger the
that they
team,
were
the
doing,
more unrealistic
the
it's gonna be.
harder
Yeah.
that is to do. Like work schedules, personal life, like financial.
How about
needs.
just generally keeping an interest in the same thing?
It's tough,
Like,
especially
that's hard enough.
Right now, it is kind of hard. Sometimes
drifting is such a sport where if you can't like do you guys go to drift events that you can't drive because you want to or because you're doing something there?
I've been to a drift event where I want to drive but I can't because I was doing something to the car.
Was your
Or-
car
or
at
I
the drift
didn't
event,
have
or
the-
is your car on jack stands? And
It's
you're
on
like, I'm
jack
gonna-
stands and it's at home.
See, I've gone to support my friends at drift events, but drifting is such a sport where if you can't partake in it, I better stay away from it.
If I didn't have a
because-
business, I would agree with you.
yeah, so
Because
that's
it makes
it's a little
you just
different,
want to
yeah.
be in it. There's no choice. You're gonna be
right.
in it.
I mean, yeah, you go to a drift event, you watch people drive. I want to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and
I don't
Immediately.
like going to drift events and watching.
right. It's tough. So it's such a sport where if you can't afford to do to do it, it kills.
You experience your first drift or something like that. I honestly think it was Chris being in Chris's car because he would always
Mm-hmm.
just randomly be like in a Z, like whoop, like boop out Z,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh yeah, that was.
Some people like going to drift events and just watching, though.
Yeah,
Being able to align it,
Psychopaths.
being
I
able
couldn't.
to
Some people that, well,
I'm just kidding.
if you never drifted,
Yeah,
then
that's
I-
different. Yeah,
I
then
kind
you're
of get
doing-
it.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to plenty of events where my car's not there, but whenever I go, I'm just. And usually they motivate me after I go home and I'm like, I got to get my car fucking. together.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
But
this
then,
is-
but then you look at your wallet or you look at like your situation,
Ooh.
you're like, fuck. Like
Yup.
this is so hard to like
so
do this.
right now, I feel like what I was gonna say is it is hard to align things together with your
Teammates,
buddies and your
yeah.
teammates, but right now at this age, I feel like of drift, not your physical age, but I mean like this age of drifting that everybody is in, that like you're gotta be pretty passionate about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause
and
it's
so-
more expensive?
And so since everybody is individually passionate about the same thing, that one goal makes it a little bit, it's easier to empathize and like come up with solutions
Right.
about shit because
Yeah.
everybody's on the same page of like,
Yeah,
okay,
passion-
we're trying to do this one thing up here, which
You
is drift.
see,
Here's
like
us.
the passion, like like when I think of like passion and drifting, I think of David Bob, like the amount of work that dude does for everybody to keep drifting and for himself to keep drifting. It's like one of my biggest inspirations. I love David Bob so fucking much.
And he still hasn't been on this podcast.
Yeah, it's
Dave?
crazy.
Isn't he down
he,
the
he
road?
lives
on,
like 10
man.
minutes away. I know. I told him I'm about to hit him up.
I'll
Like,
go
yo,
knock
yeah.
on his door right now. and
you
be
need
back.
to get him on.
Yeah.
Because he's the best. He's so selfless. Like it's like, oh, who wants to go to a drift event when you have a nice car and you don't have a kit because it's in 15 pieces because your friend David Bob spun out in front of you at final about 4 like he did when we drove.
Yeah.
But
then he'll fix it all
But he's
for you.
immediately like, oh, just drop your shit off and I'll fix it. How much do you want? Don't worry about it. Fuck you
Yeah.
mean don't worry about it, bro? You just did ton of work. You did like
Yeah.
5 hours worth of work.
Yeah, and that work is, you could charge $1 million
Yes,
for
yes.
that shit.
It ain't
the
no
way
beat.
I
body
try
kits
to pay
cost
him as
these
much as
days?
I
It ain't
can.
no Carl
we have
body
a
kit.
good system.
Yeah.
I do owe David Bob more money though than he's taken from me.
Yeah.
But in terms of passion, like everything I've ever done my whole life, skateboarding, I wanted to be a pro skateboarder. Anything I've ever, like paintball, I wanted to become a pro paintball. Doesn't really fucking exist, but
That's
everything
sad.
I've ever did, I wanted to. F1 was
It's just
like
sad that paintball died, I feel like.
it's a stupid sport. It's a very wasteful, dumb.
I
fun.
like it,
It's
though.
fun. It's probably one of the most fun sports you can do
as a recreational
as
activity.
a recreational
pretty-
thing. But
I like
when
it.
you-
I like the competition.
Company,
Yes.
paintball.
company
Shit's
bonding.
Yeah, the competition. I'm a very competitive. Like I'm obsessive and competitive when it comes to something that I like fun stuff, and like.
But I heard paintball's kind of like dead, right?
Yeah, it definitely died. I was in it when it was probably at its peak, like not maybe
Yeah.
8 years ago or something like that. Like
Yeah.
there was
How's
big
the
national.
how's the fingers? Are the fingers? I'm quick with it.
I never actually played paintball. I was an
Oh.
airsoft guy.
Airsoft's fun. Let's go play
Yeah.
paintball one day. I haven't played in like
That's a
years,
good
but-
company building
Yeah,
experience.
it's a faction paintball outing.
All right, fuck it.
You know, at one of my last jobs, they flew me out to a company trip, and paintballing was the one activity. And you know what I did?
What'd you do?
The CEO was there, and I shot her
Shot him in
right
the
in
neck?
the
Stabbed him
dome.
in the neck with a knife.
No,
Oh.
it was a lady. I shot
Oh.
her right in the face, like right on the mask.
How'd that go?
Nice.
It's funny because I don't work there anymore. But
You
ironically,
shouldn't be mad because you guys
Ironically,
were playing a
no,
game
but
where you're supposed to shoot people
the
in the face.
CEO then sent like their company-wide email thanking them, named me in there, right
Thanks,
in
Carl,
there.
for shooting me in the head.
Thanks for
You're
shooting me in
fired.
the head.
Hey Carl, look out for that one or something, like made a joke like that. And then ironically,
And then fired your
a
ass.
month and a half later, I'm gone.
Well, so in terms of
Real
competitive-
story.
No, I
amazing.
believe you.
Real story.
I believe that one. I don't believe the shit about you in kindergarten knowing what a GSR was. But
That
I
was
believe that you
also a
got
real
fired
story.
because
That's a
you shot a
1.6
girl
liter.
in the head. Yeah, I believe that. But back to passion in motorsports and stuff.
Yeah.
The one thing that I like when I got into cars, I was like, yeah, I want to be a racing driver. I want to. I didn't think F1 was definitely not something you can do.
But you thought you were gonna do that.
I thought I was gonna be like a racing driver, not like I was like not like I thought I'm gonna be a racing driver, but like I want to get a car, I want to start racing. I was inspired by F1. Yo, drifting is the one thing I've done in my life that I didn't want to be like good at. I just wanted to do it because when I learned about it, I was like, this sounds like a cheap, fun way to do motorsports. I just wanted to be
Yeah.
on track because I had like that, like the pipeline I brought up earlier. I think if you do skateboarding and extreme sports and stuff, BMX, you have a need for speed, like literally in you. It's innate.
Yeah.
And when it wakes up, you're like, drifting's the best way to satiate that. Your fucking foot is flat, and you're making noise, and you're smelling smoke, and you're like, that was it for me when I realized I just want to do it. I don't want to like be really good at it, and it's probably the furthest I've ever gotten in any of my like recreational activities.
Yeah.
I think it just it snowballs because like, well, it just snowballs into something bigger, hence the term snowball. But like,
Yeah.
skateboarding, right? Because I skateboarded, and when I say skateboard, it was kind of loose, but I can still kind of ride it. Like in skateboarding, it's like introductory. Okay, you want to get a deck, trucks, bearings, wheels.
It's just like building a car. Same
Hardware,
Shit. You want to
yep.
pick your parts. You want to
And then-
personalize
Yeah, it
it.
is
and
kinda
you
similar.
personalize it to your shit. Like, oh, okay, I want an 8 wide deck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like that person has a 7.5, but it doesn't flip the way that I like it.
Yeah, I
to.
got a size 12
So
foot
let me
at
get
13
an
years
8.
old. Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. And then like, oh, these trucks, like, what the hell are these? I only had independent trucks. And like the bearings and shit. That's why I feel like that we are the way that we are.
Yeah, it's
right now.
they're all directly related
It's
in
crazy.
the weirdest way, in the craziest ways. I mean,
It's awesome.
yeah, I love that. But yeah, like in terms of passion, I think drifting, like that's the reason I'm still doing it, is because it's not like it doesn't. It's taken all the past 10 years. It's taken all my time, all my money, all like we've all. I mean, you own a shop.
Whoa,
you
whoa.
bleed for other people. Like you
Yeah.
literally. But like,
You're talking too loud right now.
oh, let me back up. So it's like, no, it's fine. Yeah, like you build your machine the best you can, and then you test it with your friends, and then I just think that like it's just such a great place for like personal growth, and
Yeah.
it's pretty neat.
You ever have?
I never thought of it like that.
You ever
but
have
yeah.
family? Family always asks me. I don't know if anybody here else can relate, but they're always like, "So how do you
why-
win?"
Yeah,
Oh yeah, every time.
And
yeah,
I'm
are
like,
you racing this weekend? No.
Yeah.
I say,
Drifting
I
is-
just say,
I'm
I just
going
say
to the
yes
track,
now.
but-
I just say
Yeah,
yes now,
yeah,
and then
same.
and
I
then
just
like,
go. You ever seen figure skating? It's like that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
No,
and then,
I don't
and then
always
Frankie
say that, but-
walks away.
So you're
Actually,
you wanna tell
the
us,
thing
Frank?
is, it is literally
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, but
It's
what I
judged.
usually say is it's like skateboarding competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say it's an exhibition.
Well, it's a competitive thing that's not a team sport, but can be, which is cool.
Oh, you're
'cause-
talking like just grassroots, like, oh, who did you win this week? Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit
Yeah.
happens.
Are you
Yeah.
winning some?
Okay, I
It's-
thought you meant like.
I think that drifting, to explain it to somebody who doesn't watch it, like my aunt or uncle, I'm like, oh, it's like an exhibition. You want to
Yeah.
show you're the best, like best looking, like you drive the best together. Like they're like, oh, what is driving best
Smoky
together?
car show, yeah.
And then I'll show them like a video, like that video, like the season's greeting shit or something,
Mm-hmm.
or Super D, where it's like high level attention to detail, final bout, that kind of stuff.
It is
you know?
kind of stupid when you think about it.
Drifting is so fucking stupid. It's
Like,
crazy.
because now
But
I'm
we're-
thinking in my
It's
head,
such,
like,
it's such a privileged sport, but also like in terms of motorsports, it's really like a
I guess it's
grassroots,
just-
like
We're all in charge of like where it goes.
yeah, because like most
individually
motorsports aren't
we are.
like this. Like all motorsports are people putting way more money than anyone who's drifted. Like
Yeah.
like I
yeah.
think
I try to
think
explain that to drifters, they don't understand.
you can take like the year cost for a pro FD driver, and like kids that do stock car shit with their parents are
Yeah.
spending that in a season.
Yeah.
Like over 100, 150K.
and then drifters
for,
like, oh, it's so much money.
yeah, and like
man."
I mean, yeah, it's expensive. And it's wasteful. Like I used to have an ex-girlfriend. I don't want to bring. She's not listening. It's fine. I had an ex-girlfriend who was like, "What do you guys do with the tires?" And she was very eco-friendly and like.
Oh, that's
and
the
I
worst
was like,
question.
I was like, "Listen, honey, sit down. Don't hate me, but I think they just go into the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Right
what
next
we
to the
do with them.
batteries.
Yeah, right next to the batteries. It's
Yeah.
a wasteful dumb
They go
sport.
next to my
but,
shit.
right next to the fucking Titan sub.
Oh
Too
my
soon?
No, not soon enough. No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. I do want to talk about that on a podcast sometime, but
We got. I'm sure. How much time do we have?
however long you want, man.
All right. Well, we have definitely enough time to talk about Titan.
Okay, cool.
I have a whole folder of tasteless memes.
But yeah,
and
I
shit.
mean, drifting. I don't know. I always thought it was cheap, but
It- I mean, it is
some people
relatively.
act
It's
like
very
it's
cheap.
expensive.
It's relatively very cheap. I mean, I like
Now maybe it's a little different.
I used
guess.
to I
Sort
used
of.
to think it was way more. I must say.
Yeah,
Like-
well, it's the initial investment.
Like going
you
into
build the car.
going to the track, like being able to be at the track. To me, like having your helmet on in your actual car, you're like, oh, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Shit.
It usually costs a lot more money to put a helmet on and drive a vehicle as aggressive, as ridiculously
like
as
in a
possible.
wheel to wheel
Yeah.
race environment.
Oh
you
my
mean.
god, we.
Which I know, I know you got.
cannot wait to tell you. About
Nah,
that shit, bro.
dude.
I drove a
This
I drove a
motherfucker
Lemons
raced
race.
a Dodge Caravan.
Yeah, I drove a Lemons race like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, this is why Carl was trying to get me to do
it
one of
was
these races.
so fucking dude. Oh my god, we'll talk about it. Well, I'm still geeked over that event.
I
It was
would
so
be too.
crazy.
I wouldn't be able to stop talking.
But relatively, like even that event, like I spent way more to drive that event than I've ever spent on a drift event. I think, I mean, besides like final bout because you have to travel and you have a whole week of stuff. But like for one, I did 2 days in the Lemons event, and the amount I paid, I was like regretful. I was like, damn, I really
What did
shouldn't
you
be doing
pay?
this. It was like $1,200,
Well, he had
which isn't bad. A drift event for me with the Corolla for the past 5 years is entry
a pair
and
of
then
tires.
drinks, twisted teas. That's
Tweez.
it. I always had tires. I mean, of course, you factor the tires in, but like I would pay entry and I would do an oil change like every few events, and I never had any problems with the car. So like it is the initial investment, and then you just the Corolla didn't burn. I would make a set of tires last like 2-3 events.
Yeah.
So I
You
would
have to
just
make
pay
good
for
good decisions.
yeah
good
a Club
investment.
Loose event. I just pay the 180 whatever it was for the weekend. And
I feel like
Is that what it was?
lately, like the cars that Miyagi and AJ have and everything, it's about $800 to $1,000 to drift an
see,
event.
even final
What?
bout,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why?
Like,
Tires.
oh yeah, tires.
Event fee.
Here, let me tell you.
I
So
get
so
it.
I'm with.
I get it. I want to smoke more tires, but my
Yeah,
car,
yeah.
even this car doesn't. I have the same Velinos on the rear that I drove both days at Final Bout with, and the private day I did at Fuji.
That's
Yeah.
what I
And
don't.
it's crazy how
That's what
good
I
the
don't
car
get.
was.
Like, I'm with
It
you
depends
on
on
this.
what you're buying.
I'm with you on this list. Okay, I don't really bring more than a pair. It's rare that I'm gonna burn through a
It's
pair.
because we suck.
No. We're all right.
We're all right. We're all right. But that if you're all right, you suck because drifting's easy. You should be good at it.
Drifting
Drifting is
subjective.
definitely easy.
Yeah.
Drifting is an enigma.
What? All right, Neo.
No,
The fuck?
no, but no, it really is though. Quick side, like little side note, it's subjective. It's really like we're pioneering it right now. Somebody could do some cool shit tomorrow with a drift car, and everybody would be doing that same
No,
shit.
I think drifting's been pioneered. I think what we're doing is
It's continuously
expansion.
evolving every day.
Yeah. But
Like-
but
like-
yeah, like I can see like Tom at Final Bout. I drove behind him for the first time in my life. Actually, the second time where he actually did drifting in front of me. And dude, like that.
Damn,
thing,
Frankie,
that thing
got a kick out of
rips.
Because I know what he means.
Yeah, it was the first time I got to chase him, and it was so much fun. He's so rowdy, and I'm like, man, that car. He built that car with like 500. What is it? 540
who
wheels.
knows?
It's so rowdy and loud, and that's the car I wish. Not that car specifically, but I wish
Yeah,
my
yeah.
car was as ridiculous of a machine as his is. That just eats tires.
Yeah, that must be even more expensive.
But yeah,
Actually,
like
I don't know.
I can't see my unless I make this car make like 500 wheel. I don't see myself. I don't think I can go through tires.
Do you see yourself
faster.
also needing 500?
yeah, 500 is a little much.
Not with Real Dream.
This is a
definitely. I have too much
1J.
horsepower
It's
for Real
beautiful,
Dream.
beautiful 1J.
Yeah, no, I love this car for what it is. I don't think I fucking want to ever do anything except maintain this car to
Can you-
keep the essence that it came over from Japan.
What car is it for our listeners who aren't listening to the?
Oh, I have a JZX 100 Cresta. It's a 97. It,
1J.
Yeah, it's 1JZ GT VVTI.
1JZ.
Totally stock. Besides knuckles, length, and
And it
control
fucking
arms.
rips, dude.
Dude,
you drive the
it's
shit out of that.
so. I mean, so I'll tell you how like.
I think I got a video of you from Juan's car at Final Bout.
Wait, you were Final Bout? Did I see
Bro, you
there?
gave me a Twisted Tea at 9:30.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
at
was
9:30
smacked,
in
yeah.
the morning.
That's right.
9:30. He gives me
no,
a
I was
Twisted
not
Tea.
smacked. I remember.
You were sober.
You gave me a bottle.
You
of
were
water.
trying to get me. I gave
Yes,
you water.
gave me a
You
bottle
gave
of
me
water.
Twisted
Yeah,
Tea.
yeah.
Good trade.
You know what you're about to give me.
But I was in the. I was
Yeah,
in
I need to see that.
Juan's passenger seat, which I was on the floor. Okay.
It's hysterical.
It's
I love Juan's car.
absolutely crazy. And I brought it up, I think, on one of the other podcasts right after Final Bout, but that shit, you're sitting on the concrete,
Shit's low.
and then this gigantic JZX comes flying in after it's in the little hairpin section before
Yeah.
the hill, and that shit is coming right in, and I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
Like, and from down below, that thing is
It's
Big.
scary. It's
it
so
sounds,
the
you could
pictures of me,
hear it just.
Yeah, Juan's car is low enough. You're literally you could drive under my exhaust because my car is so fucking tall right
Oh,
now.
it was so sick. But
no,
that,
so the pictures of me and Juan are really funny because my car towers over
I gotta
his car.
find this video.
It's hysterical.
You going for that donkey style look? right now?
I'm not. I currently am, so it's fine. That's why I'm totally good with keeping this ride height.
Yeah.
I went off track so much trying to figure this car out, and like, I had the hardest time at Final Bout. So like, let's see, where do I start? So I had my 86 I drifted that car for 5 years. Consistently with Real Dream the past 3 years. We were doing at least one event a month.
Yeah, it
For
was
the longest time.
pretty active.
It was crazy. We were really getting it. So I got to the point in the 86 that I always wanted to get to where it's like, put me anywhere, I can do anything in this car. As soon as I got heat maker knuckles on it, it was a wrap, bro.
Yeah.
It was so much fun and so reliable. I could do anything, anywhere, anytime in that car. So, and like I was telling you guys before, that car, I'd do a few laps, I'd open the door, just reach behind me. Oh, I still have tires left. I could touch them. I could feel them. I could
That's
see them.
nuts.
This car, I don't know where the rear end is. Almost still. Like I'm still. I mean, I think
yeah.
after this Final Bout
Big
event, I'm
body.
good.
They're long.
There's a whole
man.
nother door away, and I'm like, man, this is a very different dynamic and power steering.
but
and
the
a turbo.
rotation though,
It's more
Is-
poised, and it's more the front end is more responsive. Maybe not.
no. Here, I feel okay.
Than the 8.6.
Here's what I would think: the 8.6, since it is shorter, right? With this kind of thing, the longer cars, your inputs at the wheel, like you going like this, it takes a little bit more effort.
Yeah.
Which in turn to me makes it more controllable.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's,
oh, okay. If I do this, it's not gonna fucking
the longer
like
cars definitely feel more.
spin me
Oh,
around.
it was so
Not
like,
too long, not too long, because I feel
Oh,
like the
no.
LS 400 would be a difficult car to drift because it's too
Nah.
long.
I'm trying to drift a limo.
yeah, honestly.
Like
Yeah,
Nathan
no,
Carhu.
this car definitely completely inspires confidence now that I figured it out. But like, there was a little bit of a learning curve from the 86, which is it's an A86. I mean, we all know what the stigma with driving that car is.
It's
like,
very raw.
It's a go kart. It's a raw go kart. You're doing a lot of this and a lot of that, and
Oh.
it's fun. So the first lap out at final bout was like the only time I drove the car was when we went to Japan. We went to Fuji, and it was a private event, but a private day, but it was raining. So I was like,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Back up.
Whoa,
Pause.
whoa.
Slow it down.
Let's get into how you got this car because I was at Fuji
right.
Speedway. All of a sudden,
Okay.
a JZX fell out of the sky.
I-
But you got the car because you had gotten into contact with Coda.
Coda
Is his name? Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. So actually, I'll tell you exactly how it went down. I sold the FD and decided to like fund my trading account. I was like, I'm gonna fund my trading account. I'm gonna start making bread. I'm gonna forget about cars for a while so I can get back into them with the car I want. And I'm not kidding. The same fucking day, Diego's like, "Yo, check this out." He sends me the link. Like 2 days after I sold the car, the dude paid cash for the FD.
Yeah.
I had racks, and I was like, I don't know where to put them. I'm like scared to bring them home.
In your underwear drawer.
Pretty much, basically, yeah, in a bunch of different socks. So I had the cash, and I was like, "This feels good. I feel stable. I've reached nirvana. This is what it's like to be a human that doesn't have a money pit."
That doesn't drift.
2 days later, Diego sends me this thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's really cool. It's like exactly what I've always wanted." And like 5 years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, when like I had the 86, JZX 100 was a dream car. Nobody had it.
It was a real
I remember
dream.
when Jeff Stoneback got the Mark II, and I was like, well, that's like the coolest car in the world. Like in the States, I mean, the States is not the
His
world.
red one that
The
he
red
has?
one, yeah.
That he got from Canada, I
Yeah,
think?
yeah, he got from the dude Mitch, I think, was
From
yeah.
there was a sick video.
But you see the JZX 100, I was like, that's like I would do anything for a car right now. And then I got over it because I was like, okay, I really appreciate what my 86 is like. I really am good. I love that this is my machine and I'm getting really good at it. And I didn't want to. I mean, I did. I didn't want to sell it, and I kind of needed to sell it for some money and to get stable. But also, I bought the FD, so I'm really bad with money. If you
That
couldn't
must have
tell.
been really hard to sell.
It was,
Yeah.
I cried. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was everything I knew about. Like it was me not knowing anything about cars to me being part of a drift team. That whole part of my life.
Yeah.
In one cool fucking
10
car.
years?
10 years. And
Frankie's
that
so-
car taught me everything.
there right now.
about-
Just imagine.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that car taught me everything I know about wrenching and about, and I knew that car inside and out, as you do with your own car. And it just meant a lot. The things I did with that car, the places I saw, the friends I made.
Yeah.
And still when I look at that car, when I look at pictures of it, I was like, man, that car is fucking good looking. It wasn't your I always told people I wish I had a stock body A86. I wish I had a Team Mouse style.
Yours looked
GTS.
so good though. Like it looked
Yeah,
so
I
battle
like
ready
yours better
looking.
than
Like
that.
It was
Thicker
American.
tire.
It was a modernized American hot boy drift style,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
which is what Japanese
Can
people
we edit
try to
out
do.
the word that I just said? I don't want
What,
people
hot
to,
boy?
I don't want people to know I just said that. I
Yeah.
really regret. I'm gonna drive home tonight and be like, what the fuck did I
It's too late.
hot boy?
No, that car was like, it was my machine. And
Yeah.
I sold it, and I didn't regret it because I was like, I know this is a new chapter for another hot car. I love this car a lot.
I'm
to
not. You
where
got
I,
in there. You look comfortable.
I love that car.
Not just-
a
not just-
different love than I have for my 86.
Not just comfortable in terms of the comforts that you have, but I mean you look comfortable driving it.
Oh, dude,
Which you guys placed that final bout.
right.
Was
Yes, we
that your
did.
first event really
Yes.
wheeling
That was my
thing?
first time driving the car in the dry. So it was like a whole
Christ.
new dynamic. In the rain, the car reacted a lot like the 86 did. Like it was just it was darty. Like the front end of this car is very pointed. It's crazy. You'd expect it to be slow in response.
Yeah.
No, what
It's really,
knuckles
really good.
do you, what steering thing do you got on
they're
there?
just shortened OEM knuckles and lengthened, or I don't know. I think maybe 35 mil LCAs. But I was talking with.
Chris.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Chris. I was just gonna say Chris. We were talking about how Kazama like stamps theirs, but they look like factory rods. So I have to look for the stamp. I don't know if they're Kazama.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Kazama
They just told
ones-
me it was lengthened, but they don't look like they were cut and extended. So
If it passed Japanese inspection, apparently that Kazama's do because
right,
it's
right,
a
right.
one piece made, not cut and shown.
Oh, that's why they
so the thing with this
feel
car,
like
this
so
this
similar to
specific
stuff.
car,
Yeah, so let's get into that a little bit. Yeah, more
this
of the car.
specific car is very fucking illegal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Japan?
In Japan exclusively.
Allegedly.
Why?
The owner of the car, Google JZX100 Cresta real quick. Just go straight Google search for it.
Jamie,
Jamie, can you pull that up real quick, Jamie?
I know about Rogan.
The owner of this car, from what everybody in Japan is telling me, put JZX100 Cresta on the map. That's not it, right? That's not the white car. Did you type in Cresta? Yeah. So images, and you're gonna see the yellow car is that car. The black car up there is that car. The white car.
Bro, your car is literally the third
That's-
photo.
Wait, this car
That's
is your car?
That's my car. You can see the yellow on some of the body parts. There's like 6 pictures of my car. This car was painted like 7 or 8 times.
Oh, wow.
Because the owner was like a really prevalent street drifter, and he won't send me videos of the car. He's like, "Do you like your Cresta?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You don't want to see him." He sent me some. I have some good videos of it.
We will keep that.
He painted it so many different colors because it was super hot. Like the cops were always on him.
That's funny.
If we start the car, do I give you the keys? You have the keys?
Why, you want to start it right now?
No, do you have the keys on you? Because there's a remote on the car.
I don't.
that
I think they're in the key box.
I didn't know what there was one remote on it. I didn't know what it did. I had the car running. I pressed the button. Exhaust. A lot of cars have that in Japan too, but this one.
The exhaust had like
the exhaust silencer on it, and he was
Okay.
telling me, I was like, yeah, when we go to the industrial zones and we go drifting, it's better to just back your car up, hide it somewhere, and put the silencer on, because if the cops are driving around for a while and you restart your cars, it like reverberates and they find you right away. So they just throw the silencer on and it gets so fucking silent, and then they just wait a while and they just cruise
cool.
away with it. You can't hear the fucking car. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But they did a lot of street drift. There's some really great clips of it
I want it.
driving.
So
I
how did
want
you
it.
how did you find
I want
this?
that shit.
Oh well, Diego found it.
Coda, Coda posted it for sale for the owner. Me and the original owner. I mean, he's
Nah,
public.
don't
gonna
feel
say
inclined.
anything.
It's not gonna benefit anybody. Know that
Yeah,
you're
but
fully
I mean, we talk all the time. He's got like a small. He had his page that he had for the car, had like 16K followers, so a lot of people knew him. But he never posted anything personal. It was just the car. It was all pictures of it street drifting, like 7 different colors.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and
You're good.
so it was cool. So he had to get rid of it because it was kind of hot, and also he moved on.
Okay.
So that's why that's how I got bit by that car. I was like, oh, I need that car, because I wasn't gonna buy a car. I sold the FD. I was like, I'm gonna settle
yeah,
down.
you were done.
And
It's
a
also
minute.
black.
it's
which-
black, yeah.
That photo when you type in JZX100 Cresta and it's like literally the second one,
Yeah.
first row, it just looks like
It's
gangster.
so G. It's
So fucking hood.
G. It's exactly.
It's exactly how I would want like black and chrome to be.
Right.
Like
So when I found out about like the history of like the I guess like the legend of the car, I was like, this is the one that I want. And it was a good price. I mean, it's like, average JZX pricing right now.
So you picked you bought it and then but the kicker is that you went to Japan as
Right.
well.
So it's a 97, so I had to wait till this past December for it to be legal.
Mm.
Oh, excuse me. And I was waiting, and I was like, you know what? Oh, I think there's another picture. That's cool. I didn't
it
see
this
that
one?
The one above it.
This?
That, yeah. Oh, that's the same picture of the... Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Coda's for sale pose. Okay.
This is a cool photo. I don't think that's it though.
Oh, no, that's my buddy Jeff's car. He's good friends with Coda and the owner of the car, too. Those three. We were hanging out with them in Japan. All 3 of them. I don't remember the red one being at the drift event, but I had both of them, him and Alex's car. They were at the private day as well. We all cruised up there together. It was
Cresta
sick.
is like the most like
Option?
well
It's like
out of
the higher
3.
luxury trim. Yeah.
I wish my friend Tom Chooch, he has a Crest. No, fuck. Sorry, Tom. He has a JZX looking thing as well. A Mark II. This is a Mark II.
Right.
Longer taillights.
Yes, the one that go across the whole
Yeah.
trunk, pretty much. Yeah.
But the interiors are the same, and he was telling me
Virtually
the
exactly the same,
differences of each, and there's
yeah,
so
the,
many.
The
of them.
Cresta has some cool.
There's like a Grand.
Yeah, the Grande.
Grande.
Yeah. There's a lot of trims. It was, like the Chaser is Toyota's answer to the M3. It's very similar in terms of headlights and look overall. That's like their M3, the Japanese M3. A lot of people say that.
Okay.
The Cresta, I'm not really sure what they were. Maybe an M5, who knows?
I
But
don't know.
there's a couple cool creature comforts like the swing thing. I don't know if the Crestas have
oscillating
that,
vents?
oscillating
But the
vents.
Cresta is more is like the least chosen for drifting because I
It's-
see a lot of chasers. And
Yes, the Chasers, the Sport one, it is the least and soon to be probably most because I've been seeing
Because
a ton of
you could probably
people
get them
talk.
cheaper than the other
Um,
ones, or no?
I don't know. They're all priced the same. If you're gonna buy one in the States, you're gonna spend that same
But
staple 25K or more. I've seen some
okay.
Crestas being posted for higher than 25,
It looks
30K.
very similar though to a C35.
It does. It does. I like that the rear end, the taillights exclusively, which is why I like that one.
The Laurel, yeah.
This is actually a Koki front with a Zenki rear. This car, it's that big grille, which is great. And then there's the S2 trunk that has, you can't see it in that picture, but they have the lights in the trunk, and people are like, you got to get that. I'm like, I fucking hate that. You might see it because I think, there you go. You see how that the silver one has the lights next to the tail lights? That's
Yeah.
the S2 trunk. I like the way mine looks a lot more. I'm going to leave it like that forever.
I see. Yeah.
But Cresta's Besta. We all know that.
Cresta's Besta.
It has, you know what the big thing that sets the chassis apart? It's your favorite
What?
door frame. Has
Wait.
a window frame.
It has a window.
It has it, and the other ones don't.
Yeah, I heard
That's your
about
favorite.
that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things on
Frankie
these cars
likes
that I'm
the
not
no door
a big
frame.
fan of. I feel
I
like.
know. That's how you know I listened to the podcast.
Wow.
I heard you bitch about it.
That's why he
yeah,
doesn't
window
like my
frames
car.
are. Why would they do that?
Because it's fucking cool.
Mm.
No, it's a
Wrong.
pain because wrong. I mean, I don't know. It gives the car more of a luxury, like a family, like a complete feel.
I can
you know?
tell you right now, it's probably got less wind noise in the car.
Yeah,
100.
it's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it's actually. I wish we could go for a cruise in this car. It's a fucking.
I'll
it's
take
a
it to
dream.
McDonald's tomorrow.
Do it.
Don't
Drive
worry.
it as much as you want. This car is so good. Before you lower it, drive it.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's not
Or
raining
before you
right now.
align it.
1J
Yeah.
on the
Before
faction
you ruin
card.
it,
Yeah.
make
nope.
sure you drive it.
Put the 1J on the faction card. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to see like the whole thing with this car, like you said, the tail light.
Yeah.
Basically, it's trying to match the grill on the front.
Yes, precisely. It's like the same.
It's like a upside down triangle kind of a look.
Kind of funnels in.
Yeah.
Now, what's your future plans with this?
I want to leave it exactly how it is, but I want to make it. I've been doing. It doesn't need a lot to get the body perfect. It actually if you look at the pictures that Coda posted of the car, I bought it a sight unseen practically. And when I
But
asked
you
him,
also got to. Oh, well, after you bought
yeah, I'll
it.
talk about Japan in a moment.
Yeah.
But I bought the car and I was like, "Can you send me pictures?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll send you a video." He sends me a walk around, but he doesn't get the passenger side. And then I found out for myself what happened. There was a video on the previous owner's Instagram page where he was drifting at one track and then he spun and got smacked in the door. So if you look at my passenger side door, it was pushed in and the beak pillar was crumbled. And when I saw it in person, I was like, "What fucking car is this? This is not the car I just sent you a
no.
bunch of money to get." Kit was just beat up all around It was a bad. It looked like a shitbox, and I was upset when I saw it. I was like, "It looks really good in pictures. That's not good. I already
Yeah.
this is final. I'm gonna get the car next month." I knew what I had to do. I knew it was just aesthetic stuff.
Yeah.
The interior has some beat up. It's not really.
I feel like that's almost every Japanese car.
Yeah, it
You know,
has its
but
weird.
Look at these cars here. I'm telling you, we cruised to this event. It was mostly JZX 100s and Crestas and Chasers
Well,
and stuff at this
that
event.
track Fuji
At
is
Fuji Speedway,
a
yeah.
very JZX-y.
It was an event for mostly JZXs, and everybody that drifts to JZXs, there's so many clean ones out in Japan. It's crazy how nice and down to the interiors being spotless, no scratches on the dash and no weird things. The carpets all fit good. This car is the opposite. It's pretty beat up, and I wasn't mad about it. I was like, I know what I'm getting myself into. But for the price, I could have gotten a perfect example if I came out here and went shopping myself.
That's what my buddy did. It happened to be here. It was the stars aligned, and he got one. But his was very stock.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. This car is very, very heavily tested. I mean, he drifted for years on this car. Maybe not years. This is the same car. I think he had it for 2 or 3 years, he said, for this one. But he's had so many other Crestas. But this one particularly, the chassis has 60K miles on it, but he has swapped the cluster for they're both JDM, but It's the Koki cluster.
Do
Yeah.
people run 17s or 18s on these?
18s.
Do you know what these are in this photo I'm looking at?
I can't
Sorry
see.
for everyone that. Like, do you think that's a 17?
Oh, that's got to be an 18.
Okay.
It looks
A
like there's
17 on there
that
would look
tire's big.
small.
It would look weird.
Yeah, 17's kind of weird.
18 all the way.
I wish there was a. I wish 19s were like a plausible thing because like I
No,
look
they
at this
could.
car with. Is
should-
drifting on
could you-
19s like cool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
James Carper, baby.
Could you do 18, 19 stagger?
I could.
That's what
Would that
James
look
runs
good?
on his fucking S13.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I love looking at his car drifting like that.
Would I do it? No, but I would like
Shout
to
out-
watch
sh-
you do it.
Sorry, shout out to Juan real quick. He just had to send me a screenshot. Relax and ego.
Oh, we were just talking about
I
it.
know.
Oh, I miss him, man. He was so funny.
He is so funny. He didn't stop being funny. The guy's a fucking riot.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of liking these cars.
They're good. Wait till you drive it. It's Frankie. It's really good, bro. It's really good.
Don't even get him.
But Cresta,
They always look
there's-
good in red, though.
They do look good in red.
What's funny is we've just had a conversation how you don't like red cars.
What cars were we talking about?
Bright red.
Oh,
the plain red like that.
Well, I usually don't like red cars because if I get one, I'm not going to leave it red. And if the paint chips somewhere, you're going to see red.
So
So,
then
that's
you-
why I don't want it. But these JZX cars always look good.
The one
in,
that
like,
Jeff
dark
has.
red.
The one that
Yeah,
Jeff has is that was
yeah.
one of the first JZXs I ever knew.
If you've ever seen or heard of Team Charm, red JZX, he was at the drift event. It was like crazy to see this car.
Silver, too. Silver looks
That was
good.
such a good catch. Did you hear
I
that?
know, wow. It was
I don't even want this thing anymore. Get this out of my face.
There
I
you
gotta
go.
Stop with that.
yeah.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, Jeff is actually like my homie. He lives in Japan. He was stationed out there, I think. And he,
Oh, I was
he
talking
lives
about
there
Jeff
now.
Stoneback.
Oh no, he's looking at Jeff's car. Right now.
Oh, okay. There
Oh,
were-
okay. So
but-
you know,
But,
yeah.
He's
But as Jeff Stoneback's car, the previous owner, the only reason why I know that car and that it was from Canada is because there was this video of it. It was called Mitch Split. It was a juice box video.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
That-
They just did a lane split. What is it?
The Reggie Moss split.
Yeah, the
For-
Reggie Moss
For
split.
years, me and Chris would be driving home from somewhere,
Oh,
and on
no.
Route 17 in Paramus,
God.
there's an off ramp where you go to Route 4, and I would stay on 17 because I lived in North Jersey, and we would literally like fucking do that all the time.
corniness.
long day
We'd be like,
Oh,
without you, my
that
friend.
that ramp I would drift every time.
that ramp sucks.
You talk about from Route 4 to Route 17 North.
No, from Route 17 to Route 4 by BJ's. It was not a good turn to drift.
Oh,
That's why
you're
I'm going to
talking-
blow up the spot. That
Oh, okay.
that turn was horrendous.
Yeah, no, you can't even drift.
And it was rocky. But
17.
what are your
yeah,
plans?
you can't drift that.
No, you cannot. What are your plans for the JZS? Because you can't really do any.
I don't
you got
wa- I don't wanna
final
do it-
bout
I
in
don't
a
wanna
few
do anything.
months.
Yeah, no, I
you
just
know?
want to
the
make it.
refresh.
I want to do a nice refresh. Like I just had the fenders painted and the side skirt repaired, and once I get the bumper back, it's pretty much been completely refreshed. I had that door fixed. I'll show you pictures of how bad. I don't know if you saw it at final bout, but the passenger door was like pushed in. It was kind of like this, and you can see it in all the pictures. It looked really bad. It's a lot better now. It
Did
sucks
I
now.
did I miss something though? Did you drive this car in
Yes.
Japan?
Yeah. So we went. I waited for December, and then Seb and Mike Quizio, they were like, "Yo, Tokyo Auto Salon," and I was like, "Damn, I do want to go." I went to Japan for the first time 2017, then I went back in 2019, and I was like, "Damn, it's been 3 years. I guess we're going." So we went this year for Tokyo Auto Salon, and I was like, "I can make this perfect. Like, I can go see the car. I can do some stuff to it while it's there." Excuse me. I can see the car, make sure it's real. You know, like I can wait another couple months
And this
instead
was
of having
after
it.
or before you saw the damage?
This was all before. Well, what do you mean?
Because you
When
said
I-
you saw the photo and you were like, "What the fuck?"
you
this
didn't know
isn't
in the
same
photo you didn't see it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The car
okay.
looked great in the photos. I just
Yeah.
knew the kit needed a little love, but whatever.
So when you saw it in person, there,
I was like, "Hey, yo, pause
Yeah.
on this. What is what?" Yeah, when we saw it in person, but I was just so stoked to like drift in Japan.
Yeah.
Like I was like, all right, let's do it. I mean, we drove Ebizu the first time, and my buddy Hosen had got a JZX 100 from Power Vehicles. It was an X100. I believe it was Mark II, and it was the same color as Seb's car, the 6M9. It was the most beautiful car, and then he went to start it and like didn't run, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, the head's bad. We can't give you this car."
"Oh shit."
So
Oh
that was
my
like,
God.
I don't know what just got me off onto that I think there was something that was going to tie
Well,
that in.
just you drifting.
Oh yeah, we went to Ebizu and I was like, okay, because I had I had a JZX 90. Me and my buddy Zach that I told you has no Instagram. We split a 90 when we went the first time. So I drove that and I was like, I knew I could drive that car, and that was before I was even good at driving the 8.6. Like I was like pretty new into drifting, maybe like a couple years in. But I remember I drove the JZX 90 really well at Ebizu, and I was like, okay, I know I got this. So I'll go to Japan. I'm good now at drifting.
Yeah.
Air
Quotes.
Air quotes. So I know I'll be okay.
You're good,
and,
dude.
Thank
Come
you.
on. Give yourself.
So we
Pat
go
on
to
the
so
back.
we go to this event, right? And then I see the car, it pulls up. It's the last car. Like Coda was like late, and I was like, "Where the fuck's my car?" Like he pulls up super late. Driver's meeting already started. He pulls up. I'm like, "Okay, I do have a car." There it is. Seeing it for the first. Actually, I saw it the night before at his house, so I didn't know it was real.
It's so weird how all this works. Like
I know. This whole time,
buy a car
my
in another country-
anxiety could never.
they bring it
It
to
was-
you at a drift track.
It was weird.
Here you go, total it.
Yeah, it was weird. If Coda wasn't so like he sold a lot of cars. He's got a good rep. And I got to be honest, he was really great to work with. I'm like you said, my anxiety was going crazy. I had a million questions every day. Can I put this on the car? Can we find this? Can we change this? Can we do that? He worked with me really well. Dude's great. Shout out Coda. And he still helps me to this day. Like he shipped me a bunch of. I found a full interior for the trunk. It was missing all the panels and carpet.
That's just crazy that you literally bought a car from Japan and you got to drift it.
Yeah. Let me get back to that. We
That's
go to
crazy.
Fuji for a private day. Jeff, he's like, yo, there's a private day at Fuji at this day. I was like, well, great. I'll be in Tokyo. Let's go. So we drove there. Sorry, the Real Dream guys are making me laugh right now. Love you guys. We get to the event. I sit through the driver's meeting. I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. And the guys.
I was just gonna ask you about the driver's
weird.
meeting.
So how do you
It's-
do that? There's rules.
You just ask the guys next
Konnichiwa.
to you. Yeah, konnichiwa. Hey, Desu, yo.
I'm not
That's all I
from
would've
these
got.
parts.
Basically, I asked the guys. They were like, "Yeah, you just go into the track there and you drive when it's your turn." I was
Okay.
like, oh, it's just like at home. It's
Yeah.
great.
Perfect.
First lap out. Track's like a little wet. It rained, like skimmed a little bit. It was a little rainy. Wasn't like coming down at that point yet, but immediately I'm like, oh my god, this car is fucking good.
Yeah.
You know, no problems. First time seeing Fuji in person, linked it first time, no problem. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Because it was my first time driving there. If it's your first time at the track, they put you in D group. You know what I mean? It's like below C. It's like beginner, novice, beginner, or whatever. Beginner, novice, and then intermediate, advanced. I told them, I was like, I'm pretty good at this thing. Like I have a drift team back in the States. We drove final bout. Come on.
Yeah.
So let me in. So they let me in the upper group with these guys. But they still they're all
So
some good
these
drivers.
cars I'm looking at, Speed Hunters.
Yep.
They're drift cars.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
These
my
cars
car
look
could have
like
been.
show cars.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For what I got my car for, my car should look like that. But now it's going to. It's not far away.
With time.
With time. Yeah, I'm
It's
chill on
already
that.
done.
But so I get on track. I'm ripping. But there was a lot of guys in that group that were beginners. It was a beginner group still.
Yeah.
So I'm ripping around these dudes and people are spinning and I'm like, I keep shutting down laps because people spin and it was rough. But I was
It was soaked. The video that you guys posted,
it was wet.
it was wet.
It was cool though, but like I was immediately like, okay, brand new car, first time driving it. I don't want to. I was like, all right, I'm the best one in this group right now. Like I need to bump up a group, and so I can do some driving with like Coda and the guys.
Yeah.
I did a couple sessions with that, and then I bumped up to Coda's group, and I'm like, oh my god, these guys are fast. I can't hang.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going back to the other one, and I didn't want to like. It was wet. The end of the back. I guess it's the back section of Fuji. It's the slope down.
Fuck that.
And I did have some good entries, but the R154, the shifter, the bushings weren't. They were not there.
Are you even like confident with right-hand drive at this point?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it. I
Okay.
mean, the FD was right-hand drive. I was like used to it. And we put a lot of miles on right-hand drive cars in Japan.
Okay.
Like we drove all around. Both times we drive like 600-700 miles, and we all have like the rentals.
Like
from
I
all
can
around.
drive one on the street, no problem.
cannot.
But as far as drifting,
I actually,
feel
strangely, I prefer handbrake with my left hand.
Okay.
With my 8.6, I didn't use the handbrake a whole lot, but when I did, I did like this. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
But
I
this
love
one's
it.
more of this.
Yeah, dude, this side I'm like,
I think my right hand. I
Yeah,
would
my
like it
right
very
hand.
I think it's
strong.
just. I think it's just.
Strong.
I think it's the placement of the 8.6 handbrake that doesn't like encourage you to
Some
use
cars they don't make.
Right.
Some cars you're like it's obvious that it was for
Right, like the
right-hand
FD is
drive.
on the other side of the console.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck are you supposed to do with this? Like,
Yeah.
But this car, it's very natural, very easy to grab. I prefer it. Strangely, maybe it's all I know.
Okay.
But yeah, I right away got it, and I was like, this is crazy. Final bout this year was a different story. The first lap out in the dry, I was like, don't know what to do with this car.
Wait. Again, this is you're fast forwarding from that. That was the last time you drove the car for real,
Right.
and then you just.
and then you went
Oh, I
to final bout.
But what? So
Yes.
they just like take the car back. They're like, yeah, we'll ship
Yeah,
it to you.
Coda
when
took
we...
it back, and then February 27th, he put it on a boat because he lives right in front of the port. Like his house is right in front of the port. Put it on a boat, and I had it in my hands in my driveway at April 17th.
Wow,
Yep, it was pretty good.
that's cool.
And then you drove final bout
Yes,
with the gang. That
Yeah.
shit
it was
blows my
nerve wracking.
mind.
It was crazy because I had to get used to the car real quick. The first lap out, I like barely could get it around. I was like, okay, I need to go adjust tire pressures, mess with it a little bit. And my first lap like made me nervous. I was like, I have to perform right now with this car. So like, car, you need to work with me.
Yeah.
Second lap out was better. Third, fourth, fifth lap, I was like, oh my god, I'm so good at this. Like this is great. Look at this thing go.
It's
Look
such
at
a
me go.
nice. It sounds like a good car to
I
drive.
I also hadn't drifted the year prior. So I sold when I had the FD for all of 2021 and then bought the Cresta. I didn't have a car for a long time. I did like 3 laps in David Bob's car at Ready Set Drift with Jurger following me.
Yeah.
And that was all I drifted at all. So I was like, okay, I'm back on dry tarmac and I'm in a competition scenario. I do really well under pressure. I think like whenever we drive final bouts, I drive my best.
Yeah.
Because 2 for 2, I think I'm like, I like had no like errors, but no mistakes, no spins, no weird. Some weird lines.
I saw the driving at the last final bout East because I was judging
at
for
special
that.
stage. That's right. Yeah,
So I was texting Dave Bob like, "Hey, can you guys stop driving? Because you don't have to do this many laps."
Right.
Like,
yeah,
They were doing. They went out way too much. I was like,
That's what I'm trying to do.
No,
I'm like,
dude.
someone's gonna fuck up
yeah.
eventually, but no one did ever.
wanna
under
drive.
promise, over deliver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wanna drive.
Low expectations gets you the better result.
Yeah.
We didn't know what we were gonna do, so we were like, yo, we don't like. A lot of Front Street always, our good friends at Front Street love making fun of us for driving bus lengths apart. But we always did that because we wanted to preserve ourselves for the next event. We wanted to like, we're all kind of, I had the most experience technically drifting. Like Seb and Diego did it for 3 years. I had been doing it for like 5 years when we started driving together, or 4 years actually. So I had like technically the most seat time. David Bob was pretty fresh at it, but he does it so much and he's such a reliable car. He's good with it. So we grew
I think
together.
you guys were all pretty good.
Yeah,
you were just all
really
very
grew.
consistent.
Seb got that GE still bussing.
Yeah. Seb, Seb is actually my guy. Like that's my dude, bro.
Yeah. Seb is awesome.
He'd get a lot of flack from the guy, and not necessarily like you suck, but he knows exactly what I'm talking about if he's listening right now. We had fast cars. He has the same car as Diego. He'd be behind sometimes. He'd be here. Something clicked in his brain a while back, and like we have a hard time keeping up with him now. It's great.
Oh wow.
So like we learned at final bout this past one.
Yeah.
He was the MVP. Like he just fucking showed up from not driving in a long time, from still jet lagged from LA time, and just fucking drove so great. And we all meshed. Like our first time really driving with Juan too. I think I have a cumulative 10 laps with Juan, not even from Spirit before that. And all 4 of us, like every lap, we were just like, not banging doors, but we were doing the same thing over and over.
Consistent
and
again.
Just like it's at special stage when you were there at Lock City, we like would do a lap or do 2 laps, go off to the back course because there was some puddles and we were like cooling our tires off. It was kind of like a secret thing we had.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see anyone else going back there, and we'd do the cool down lap back there. We'd get out of our cars and like dap up and be like, "Oh my fucking god, this is insane. We're doing good." Like
I want that feeling,
Frankie just
dude.
texted me. He said you guys are doing good. Like
Oh yeah.
So
I
we just went
remember.
out there and we did. Like, we had such a crazy high, like a team like bonding thing. Where like I don't even know how to explain how stoked. I've never been that stoked with my boys before. Like and we
Yeah.
were all just fucking pumped. We did our best. We placed, and then we did it again this next time. We didn't expect it. Neither of us. I had a new car. I never drove.
This time was gonna be.
This was a big one.
Yeah, because everyone's got a different car.
David Bob's got a turbo. I have a new car. Seb hasn't driven his car in forever. We've never driven with Juan really as a team before.
That's a lot.
Everything was
changes.
against us.
That's a scary thing. But you
Yeah.
guys persevered.
We
And
did.
like,
We just do our best, and I think because we did so many events together in such a short time, we really grew together.
Yeah,
we
I
can
think that's
trust
what
each
it
other.
is.
And
Yeah.
even Hurt comes up to me after this past final bout, and he's like, you know, I gotta say, like, I commend you for your driving. Like, it's not easy to follow slow cars with less
Yes.
power. And I was like, I gotta say the opposite. It was really fucking easy. I was like, dude, it was easy. Like, I just trusted that they were gonna keep moving forward.
See, I'd agree with him though. It
Yeah.
is-
Well,
especially
naturally
when
it
you
is.
first start doing it.
Right, but I didn't feel like at no point when I was driving behind Seb or Juan, David Bob's, I didn't really drive behind him too much because we kind of kept like no power. I was always in the back,
Yeah.
so I could just keep it closed,
Yeah.
and that worked really well. It seemed really easy. I just had to trust that the two guys in front were gonna fuck up, and they did. They came through. So every lap that we went out there, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do my best to shepherd the guys together and
Yeah.
like make sure that there's no space at least between me and the car in front.
Yeah, that's
and
probably the best place for you to be
Yeah,
in that situation.
but it really wasn't like this is difficult. I was just doing my thing behind it. I was like, it felt easy, honestly, and
Yeah.
it's all a trust thing. You have
damn,
to
I
trust
want to
the guys
drive
you're
so
driving.
bad. Even just talking about this is getting me
Yeah,
a little riled
yeah,
up.
you need to.
I'm a little hot.
But final bout was like another one of those like, holy shit, we just did the thing again. We talk, you know, the final bout's a big thing for us. It's a big thing for me. This is one thing like I've told the guys before, I don't talk about it a lot, but I have the final bout 1 DVD still.
oh yeah.
I have
remember.
it, and for me, when Final Bout started, it was like 2015 or something.
Yeah.
I was green into drifting. I had just like started drifting. 2015 was my first event.
Yeah.
So everybody Animal Style and what was it? Realize, I think whoever was in that.
Yeah.
They were like superstars to me. I was like, yo, these are like the guys. Like this
Proceed.
Proceed. Oh my, yeah. Like they're like
Risky
basic.
Devil is another one.
Risky
Yeah.
Devils. Yeah. All those cars were like, I idolize them because I'm like, I want to be back to my competitiveness. Like I want to be competing in a drift car. Up until that point, I didn't care about it. But then when I met the guys, I was like, you know, like I would love to be in that position one day.
Yeah.
It just looks like so much fun. It's racing. You know what I mean? I just want to always race.
But with cool looking cars.
But with cool looking cars.
Yeah.
So
Might.
anytime I met somebody who like either was big into drifting or like Front Street, for example, I remember there was an Englishtown event where they were there when they had the black cars with like the splash livery.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I went up to Josh and I was like, yo, can I get a ride along? Like I have my helmet. I don't even think I did my first drift event. And he was like, oh no, I gotta take my mom for a ride along. I was like, hey, yo, fuck that guy. No, I'm just kidding. He told me no, and I was like, all right. But
Well, he
there's
crashed
still-
that lap, so
Probably, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did, right? When he took his mom out.
Dude, don't ask me, man. I don't remember.
That's what I remember from the story.
Yeah, I told, and like I was like, but like Front Street to me too. Now they're like homies. Like I'm close with Tom, and then you
Yeah.
know, I know Josh pretty. I don't know him too well, but we're I'd say we're
Yeah,
homies. We electronically
definitely.
dap up. But like to me, Front Street, I was like, man, that's like my favorite team in the country right now because they're
Yeah.
like my local team. It's like if you're from Philly, you're an Eagles guy.
For-
I'm from the East Coast. I'm a Front Street guy.
For
Yeah.
me, it was Faction because I was watching that, and now that I'm here, I'm like,
Now
fucking,
he
these
hates
guys
Faction.
are fucking hard.
Well, when Faction
No,
when
I'm
you
just
guys
kidding.
drove Final Bout, that was Final Bout two.
Two.
Was the first one.
Yeah.
That was not a big thing for me, but I was like stoked that there was
It was a big thing for the East Coast guys, yeah.
and of course like I grew up not grew up
And Club
I-
Loose, because we were driving
Yeah.
with Club Loose all over our
Yeah,
cars. so.
it was you guys were the style cars for that to represent the East Coast, and there was always people saying West Coast only has stylish cars, East Coast. And
Yeah,
I
it was-
know
it
who
was-
the
yeah.
Bloodmasters are. I know what kind of cars go to Englishtown anymore,
Yeah.
especially. I didn't want to be a part of that. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
but like I wanted
It's
to.
kind of different now, but
It's different now.
there's
Yeah.
style everywhere. Now,
Right.
yeah.
which
But
is
that's because
sick.
of Final Bout.
Yes,
Yeah.
almost exclusively because of Final Bout.
I
But,
want to
like,
get to that level, Frankie. Come on, dude.
You're there,
dude,
man.
it's
No,
easy.
you.
Yo.
I
Oh,
don't want to
me?
do this without
I've
you.
already been there, man.
Yeah,
Well,
you,
your
just,
car-
you just need to spend more money and make your car look
I need to
incredible.
make it drive
Yeah, he needs the Jay-Z.
Faster.
The real Jay-Z.
Everyone's like, "God, there's tons of limit left." I'm bored. I do
I'm
the same
bored.
shit in that thing every time.
Yeah, I mean, you do plateau if you get good enough, but
Nah, Carl
Also,
just needs
I
Carl just
think-
needs some
I think-
teammates to drive with him. That's all he
Yeah.
needs.
That's all I need. My friends.
It's a big thing. I mean, what final bout means to me, and I think I don't know if I derailed what we were talking about before that, but like,
No, I think we're good. Right? Because
What were we saying?
we were basically we were talking about final bout and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
what final bout meant, and like the fact that like from its inception, I was like a big fan of it. I was like a fanboy for it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
and
I
so
think
to
that
drive it,
that plays to literally what you were saying before, where you're anything you do, paintball, and like Formula One stuff, everything. There's like a competition aspect to it.
yeah.
So I feel like
everything's
that's why
there's
to
a high
you-
there's a high level in any hobby or thing.
There's a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like for drifting, I was like, yeah, I just want to do it for fun. But then when I realized, like, okay, eventually I'll get to a point where I should, like, I not should, but I would totally do that and fall off the fucking cliff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I wanted it to be final bout. And then when I met Diego first, and we had both had blue cars. So he was like, let's go drifting. And I was like, whoa, this guy with like 10K followers just hit me up? Whoa, no way. I always looked at myself as like the dude who shouldn't be where he is, because I come from a background where I like always had a small group of friends. I wasn't known for shit. Like I'm not. How do I put this without sounding stupid?
This is internet stuff.
Yeah, this is like internet stuff, I guess.
Like, people weren't like,
I'm
"That-
nobody
that's
on the
that
internet.
JZX guy."
No, I'm not saying I'm nobody.
Well, I knew
on
you
the
for a
internet.
while as the Corolla guy.
Exactly.
If that's
Yeah, I
any-
tried. I mean, that's all I was for 10 years, a Corolla guy. And that community is small, but also big. Now it's huge, but
Well, now I think
But
you're
I always-
trying to like, you're in that realm now.
yeah,
You're-
I always looked at myself as like if a guy like Diego wanted to drift with me, I thought it was more maybe sectionalized. I don't know what the word is. Like a
Clicky?
dude with nice car, and then like I knew my car. Like a lot of people give you compliments on your car. This thing is amazing. It's incredible. But I looked at my 8.6 and that thing was always janky as fuck.
Yeah, yep.
The bumper was always like this, and then fitment was pretty good on that car, but there was always like this is still a shitbox aspect to the Corolla. I got it good at one point. At one point, and for a while, it was good. It took a long time to get there. So that's why when someone with like a nice car is like talks to me, I'm like, oh, is he recognizing me for a dude or my car?
Yeah.
But Diego was just like an open, like a homie, like opened up, and we became homies. Then I met, actually, funny enough, I met Mike Coizil, who was also best friend. So they both shared a best friend, which was Seb.
Yeah, yeah.
I met them both before I met Seb, and they kept saying, "Oh, Seb's my homie, Seb's my guy." And then when I met Seb, I was like, "Fuck, these guys are like fucking cool as hell. Like
Yeah.
these are the dudes that." I guess the thing I'm leaving out, which makes this sound kind of weird, the group I was with, I started doing car stuff with, besides my homie Ryan, fucking losers, and of course my best friend John and Eric. The scene,
God damn it.
the
Fucking losers.
Vineland scene where I'm from, there's nothing good. There's nothing good.
It's like
And-
American muscle stuff.
Yeah, basically, and like shitty cars, just bad cars.
Well,
But,
drifting's
like,
also like totally different than most
Right.
car scenes.
And I feel like drifting is hidden. Like sometimes there's that dude, that car has probably been there for years, and you never know it because he parks it nice and
Well,
reversed.
yeah, I'm now that guy in
Yes,
Vineland.
you are
know me
probably
as,
that
like,
guy.
Like I had the 8.6 and now I have the JZX, and that's like the two coolest cars I think Vineland's ever seen.
Yeah.
And now there's more people getting into drifting, but they already know who I am, which is cool. But like I always rolled with dudes that like didn't do like I don't even know if it's safe to talk about the stuff we do when we go to H2O, because it was not car stuff and it was just us slumped in our hotels,
Yeah.
lean and zanned out, like not good. Had a
Yeah.
rough past. And then when I meet these dudes that are doing shit, they like opened up the world for me. So it's Diego and Seb, I can't thank them enough for getting me, like bringing me with them on this trip.
You ever take them street drifting down there by you, man?
Dude, you can't. There's no good spots near me. There's like
What?
the place.
That's where I learned how to drive, man.
Where in Vineland? No, you didn't. In
In-
Vineland?
okay,
What
so-
is all
Don't blow
these-
anything
what is
up.
From Glassboro, there is.
Don't blow it up.
I'm not blowing shit up. There ain't nothing
There'll be a
down there
takeover tomorrow.
but
my God.
vineyards and
all- it's all straight roads against farmland.
the.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it. There's a lot of industrial stuff.
Oh
down
yeah,
there.
I know the industrial in Vineland. I know the industrials, and that's where I go.
That's
to do
where I
shit.
learned, dude.
But
that
not
was
street
the
drifting.
shit.
That's just fucking. That's a parking lot, bro. That's
All
not-
right, I was having my own
Industrial
personal
zone shit is not
takeovers.
street drifting. Yeah, that's you can do that. Go talk about GSRs in kindergarten and you run parking
There,
lots.
God damn it! I'm telling you, that's where it would be, though, man. That's where I learned how to
Yeah,
drift.
yeah,
Not-
that-
maybe that wasn't in Vineland. That might have been somewhere
He
like
said it ain't Tokyo Bay.
No,
One of those
probably not in
little-
Vineland. No,
one of those
but-
little parking lots. There was the Sony lot. I
Yeah.
know you already know where that at.
no, but yeah, like, so there's I'm not even sure what else we were getting at before, but like I guess Final Bout and like the exclusivity.
I think Final
of
Bout
drifting
is,
and
to a lot of
style
people
cars.
provides like a reason, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's not on TV, but it's not small. It's just like, I don't know. It takes a certain, it attracts a certain
I mean, it is the premier.
demographic.
It's the premier. It's like the pinnacle of grassroots drifting
Yeah,
in the
which
United
is-
States, which is big because the United States is really fucking big.
Yeah.
And like they know about it all over the world.
I wanna-
It's a big thing.
We'll be
for
there
a niche
one-
community.
We'll be there one day.
We got some questions for you.
Oh yeah, shoot it.
Wait, you guys posted a thing?
We posted this like 5 minutes before we started, and
There's questions?
yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, Frankie, pilot us into the questions.
Well, first one's not a question.
Nico, we're going to drive one day at Final Bout.
Yeah, we're gonna drive. Don't worry.
Auto Real Dream best drift team. That's the first comment. Rick Raff.
No fuck no.
Yeah, here we
God.
fucking go. The troll is here.
Let's run it. I
Let's
can't wait. I can't
started
wait.
off rough.
All right.
How do you feel about the current condition and treatment of your old 86? That's actually kind of
It's
normal
it's
question.
amazing. Oh my God, Eric, if you knew, I can't wait for you to see what.
Does
I'm
he
not gonna
know where it is?
Dude in North Carolina bought. His name is Kevin.
Oh wait, Scott knows him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids taking great care of it. It's got 11 front, 11 origin over fed. Like he
Ooh,
changed
wait
11
a minute.
front.
It's got
I
11.
still
actually
had-
like
yeah.
11 front more.
Calm down. Stay over there.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk about. No, he's not wrong. The 11.
I don't know why.
For
because
years, the 11 hatch got shitted on. People were like, "No, 11 coupe."
That's like
and
my favorite
Toronto
one.
hatch. 11 hatch is the best.
Yeah.
11 hatch is the best.
Which I feel weird saying because with 180s and stuff, I'm more of a purist. I wouldn't want to switch anything
Right,
around.
right.
But with those, because I don't know them that well, so I'm like, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
front end.
11 hatch is cool. I don't think Kevin's the kind of secretive guy, and I don't think he cares if I tell Eric right now that he's painting the car yellow, like very similar to your car. So my blue 86 is about to be yellow. Sorry, Kevin, if you didn't want me to tell.
That,
Well,
that
I,
should look
I
cool.
feel like that has
It's
to
good.
happen.
It's going to look great. Yellow,
that has
yellow
to
is
happen.
good.
Because
Two-
now it is
two-tone or
not
what?
going to be.
No.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be straight yellow, unless he's doing black
What
bumpers
about
or
the
something.
gray
but-
bottom?
No,
with
but
the
now
yellow?
it has to. That for me, that's what makes it now. Okay, I'm looking at something else.
Like someone
No,
else's car.
yeah, he's making the car.
Yeah.
He had it with my car or my color, and all my stickers are still on it.
Yeah, that was.
And
Can't let
I
your
know.
car go like
well,
that.
you know what the problem was? I started taking the stickers off, and it was just ripping the single stage clear coat off. Of
Did
it.
you take the team sticker off at least?
Which team sticker? I had the.
Oh,
Road
you
Trip.
had a bunch of them on there.
Well, we had it on. You couldn't take it off. It was ripping the clear coat off. I was like,
Oh,
dude.
no.
And I didn't want to bring the car to North Carolina. I trailered it down for him, and I didn't want to be like, here's the car.
You just
and
did
it
a
looked like
gentleman's
shit.
agreement. Take
Yeah.
this shit off. All
Yeah,
right.
pretty much. He was like, well, he told me he was gonna get it painted immediately, and he didn't. But it's fine. But no, I'll tell you the truth. I really liked that he didn't change it right away because I liked looking at pictures of my car doing shit.
It's
I
like
was
you're
there-
driving it.
There
Oh,
she is.
shit, yeah.
She's still good. You know what I mean? I can tell if he fucks something up, I'll know right away. Hey, that wasn't like that. You fucked it up. But he took
That's
really good
not
care
the
of
feeling
it.
I got when Derek got my shit.
No.
No,
What feeling did you have?
I was like, damn, that wheel looking kind of wobbly.
Oh shit.
no, I'm
No,
just kidding.
this fucking dude
I'm just
drove
kidding.
my car from North Carolina to Tennessee.
Hell
He
yeah.
drove
Smart.
the 80s. I couldn't drive it from South Jersey to North Jersey without like throwing up. It was horrible. It was such a bad car to drive. He drove like 10 hours straight.
Dude, he was.
He really I'm really stoked he's taking great care
It
of
sounds like you just started something for somebody else, which is awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't know. I just said that comment about Derek, and I know somehow that's gonna get back to him. But Derek, buddy, I know you enjoyed the fuck out of it. That's all I care
Derek,
about.
you beat that shit up. I'm sorry. I mean, it's true, Carl. He did beat
He
that
did.
car up.
But
He did drift it.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
told him that.
Yeah, no, so I'm really happy with where it is right now. I'm
That's
glad
good.
he's
Yeah, no,
taking
that's
care of it.
good. I'm glad it's not getting fucking abused.
Right,
or
not
some
like
shit.
Diego's car.
That would
The
suck.
dude who bought Diego's car sold it to Kevin's like good friend. That car, I don't know who exactly turned it to shit, but one of the owners after getting it turned it to shit. It was
Yeah.
crazy, but my car's still
Really?
good. Yeah,
It
oh, yeah,
happens.
yeah.
I mean, when you
It's
sell
bad.
your car, you kind of can't. You just gotta hope and pray.
Yeah, I'm really lucky that this kid didn't destroy my car, and he did put a bunch. He had Ken Gucci sign the dash, which upset me because that's an uncracked like mint dash.
Yeah.
But it's his favorite driver. Whatever. I would.
Yeah, Carl
Oh,
would agree with
damn,
that
that's
too.
so sick.
Yeah, he signed it, and
Fuck
he,
you.
he took like the first sticker I ever had for the Corolla has been on the dash from the beginning. It was the Coca-Cola Corolla sticker, just
Yeah.
Corolla in the Coke font. Got that like 10. I left it there, and I left it on the dash forever.
Carl got to pee next to Ken Gucci.
I did.
What kind of watch does he wear?
I wasn't looking at the watch.
Oh,
Nice.
moving on.
Right answer.
Next
Straight ahead, gentlemen. Gentlemen, urinal rules.
Speaking of gay shit, fuck, marry, kill. Carl, Chris, or me?
Don't ask him that here. I'm right here.
Oh, you don't want to.
No, yeah.
You can
And
kill
Chris
me.
isn't even here.
I'm fucking you. I'm killing
Hey,
you. And I'm
yo.
marrying Chris. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Marrying Chris is smart.
Yeah.
Because he could fix your car.
Yeah, he's
That's
he's
fucked.
he's a sweetheart.
I'm
He
a little
seemed-
bit all around.
I
I
don't
could
know-
be a little freak. I could do an oil change.
No, I don't know Chris too well, but he seems like a teddy bear.
Yeah, he
Um,
is.
He is.
So teddy bear, I want to cuddle with. You got long hair. You're hot, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With these glasses, too.
Yeah, here.
And I
Yeah.
did that thing in kindergarten you don't like.
Yeah, yeah. No, you gave me the ick with that. You gave me the ick. You got no chance, bro.
All right, fair enough. Ask about minivan racing.
Yes, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
wanted to get into.
I guess we could do a little bit about it right now.
You guys, have you ever been to New Jersey Motorsports Park or no?
Yes.
I'm 15 minutes from there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I live
Manville.
right there. So
Millville, sorry.
Millville, yeah. So I've done track days on Lightning, which is the smaller track. I've never seen Thunderbolt's like almost 3 miles
I
long.
drifted on one of those tracks. I don't know which
Is
one it was.
Thunderbolt
Well,
with the
okay.
long straight?
They're both long. They both
Or
have
well,
super long
okay,
straights.
Thunderbolt has a blind
What-
crest to the right.
They both have blind crest to the right.
Fuck!
Yep.
Whatever
Turn
has
one
the
on both of
over
them.
thing is the one I was on.
Oh, so you they both have bridges.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You suck, Frankie.
Are they the same fucking track?
No, they're not. They're totally different.
Valid.
When you pulled it, if you can remember, when you
There
pulled
was some
it,
elevation on this one.
they both have elevation.
Jesus. fuck.
Actually, yeah, the elevation. You're probably on Lightning.
I think I was.
When you pulled into the complex and you went through the gate, did you go right or left? Do you remember?
I want to say left.
Okay, then you went to Thunderbolt. If you went left, if you went right, you went to Lightning.
I really couldn't remember to be
Did you
honest
see
with
the go karting?
You went to Sunny.
This was like 14,
Okay.
13.
So it was on Thunderbolt, which is the big track, and I had never seen it. And I was like, okay, cool, this is fun. I get to drive a minivan around Thunderbolt. The dude who owns the car drove from Alabama to California, and then drove and did Lemons events driving the car across the country to New Jersey.
Sick.
It's
What
fucking
a-
cool.
what a
It's a
life.
bone stock Grand Caravan. It had a roll cage and just safety equipment. We went racing for 12 hours on Saturday. Actually, technically 9. Because,
How do you get involved in something like that?
So if you want to get involved in Lemons and you don't want to like.
No, how did you get involved? With
Oh, okay. My buddies at Metro Camera Car and Eric Tatey. Him and Joe were supposed to drive in this. They found this dude somehow. I don't know how they know him. They found him.
Yeah,
They
what?
they signed like there's a site called OK Stupid for Lemons things. It's really funny. Like it's a Facebook group where you're like, I'm trying to drive this event, and if someone's got a car, you can link up with them there.
That's
OK
amazing.
Stupid. It's great.
Wow.
So anyway, they fucking they found him. They said 2 drivers. We want to drive with you at NJMP. Joe couldn't make it. I took his spot. I wanted to take the spot. I wanted to get on that from the beginning, but it was just they only needed 2 drivers.
Yeah.
So I lucked out, and I did this is my first wheel-to-wheel racing after wanting to be a racing driver my whole life.
And it's in a Dodge Caravan.
It was in a Dodge
One
Caravan.
of your favorite cars.
Yeah, right. Ironically,
That is weird.
well, I guess I'm not gonna get sidetracked by that right now.
Yeah.
There was 133 cars on track at pretty much the same exact time, on a 3-mile road course, and I did the first stint on Saturday. So they were like, "Who wants to go first?" And I was like, "You're not gonna go first," to the owner, and he's like, "No, I like to go at the end." And I was like, "I'll do it," because the other kid that like was on that team that found the owner, some like 17-year-old kid who's just got his license basically, no racing experience, doesn't know shit about cars. He's not gonna hear this. Fucking weirdo, really fucking weird dude. That he just like only liked racing for lemon. He liked lemons. That's why he was there.
Yeah.
So like
That might
kinda
attract
weird,
kind of an
weird
odd or
thing.
different demographic.
Yeah, weird kid. But he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to go. We were planning to give him short stints so he could just get some time. You know what I mean? Like 15, 20 minutes
I
at a
would
time.
have been grabbing at that fucking
So
wheel, dude.
I said, I'll go first because Eric was a little nervous. I was like, I'm going to go first. I did a 2-hour stint for my first time wheel-to-wheel racing with 133
That's
cars.
long.
That's a long time.
It
man.
was the most fucking insane thing I've ever done in my life. Dude, as soon as I got out on track, there was... It's crazy because if you've seen Lemon's cars, they're usually ridiculous. But for some reason, everyone wanted to bring Spec Miatas and E36s and like nice cars to this event.
Wow.
How does that fall under the
I don't
qualification?
know. I don't know how they did it.
Does
bro,
your car
but
have
they
to be
did
like
it.
a certain amount of
Yeah,
shitty?
it
It's
has
got to be
to-
$500.
it has to be
It's a subjective rule. But
yeah, a rule.
It's basically if you spend more than $500, they do things to make you not spend more than that. Like there's a rule that they have where at the end of the event, the people that run the event can buy your car no contest for $500.
Oh.
So someone with they've only done it twice in the history because those people were being dicks or some shit.
Dude, I would have bought one of those M3s.
That's what I'm saying. Like Chris Fixit was there with the M3, and it was so nice. I was literally next to Chris Fixit in a minivan in the M3 he's got, and he went right past me. But like as soon as I got on track, people just flying by me, and I'm like, kind of warming it up. So like it was funny.
Gotta warm that baby
The
up.
dude-
You gotta
the
wait till the
dude-
thermostat opens.
Yeah, the dude's like, all we do is do brakes and tires.
That's what you said to me.
Yeah, so we
I was
checked
like,
the
what?
brakes from the last, because he drove from the last event with those brakes to that. They had life on the pads, but they were super glazed. And he was like, just take it easy on the brakes. And I was like, all right, no problem. First lap out was a warm-up. Back section of the track, I thought I was good. Stepped on the brakes, car didn't stop. All four off. If you
yeah.
go 4 wheels off in a Lemons race, you get black flagged. You get 3 black flags.
You're done.
You're not done. They saran wrap you to the roof of the car and then make you drive around the pits for 20 minutes with a megaphone saying, like, I'm sorry, we won't do it again. We went off track. It's a humiliation thing. It's super fucking cringe, and it was really weird.
Cringe. That sounds amazing.
It was kind of funny.
These
but,
are your
like,
people, Frankie.
Yeah, it was,
Dude, I
it-
love this
it was
shit.
it was funny, but we had to do that because everyone went 4 wheels off. The
You had to do it?
We had to do it. Yeah,
Were you-
I went Instagram live when we did it.
Were you on the roof?
Yeah, we saran wrapped to the roof of the van with a megaphone, and I went live on IG, and I was like, "Yeah, we're on this roof. We went 4 wheels off, and we had everyone's asking, what'd you guys do?
Oh my
we
God.
went off. Sorry, you know, it's funny." My buddy Eric,
But you
he-
could be
he was
going
miserable.
on the track.
Exactly, it's a punishment. Don't go fucking 4 wheels off, is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
The owner went. He did the last stint. He went 4 wheels off, and we had to park the car for 3 hours, which was there was 2 hours
no.
left of the day. You win the race by getting the most laps, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Le Mans
So
style,
we
right? Isn't
and
that
we
what
were
they do?
doing we were doing really good. Like I put down the fastest lap for the team. So all right, so let me go back. Go back on track. Or go out on track for the first session. Cars zooming past me. I'm like freaking out. Holy shit. Going like wide into 3 wide into like T1 after the straight.
Yeah.
110 miles an hour
That
on the
sounds
straight.
sick.
Dude, it's nuts. Car drove really great, but it had like shit all season. Pirelli 690 treadwear all seasons all around. So I did an hour and a half, came in because it was vibrating. I was like, yo, this needs tires. We put a Zennies on the front. I instantly shaved 7 seconds off my fucking lap. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
I was passing people in a minivan. I was like, oh, I'm good at this. This is so good.
Yeah.
I came back in, they were like, you did a 158. And I'm like, what was I doing before? Like 220, your fastest lap before the tires was 206. And then I got down to 158. The second fastest lap of the team was a 207. So I was like, damn, I'm on that. He was like, yeah, you got the pace to like get us laps. I mean, I didn't know how like.
I'd love to do that.
Come on,
shit,
pull it
man.
through.
It's like, do you have to go fast or do you have to
Conserve and be
need-
consistent.
You need to last the race, but the faster you go, the more laps you get. So I was like, I'm fucking pushing this car. If I paid this much money to be here, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit. out of this thing.
100%. You did the right thing.
dude. It was
So how'd you guys turn out? How-
89 out of 133.
That doesn't sound that.
that's not amazing, but
It's not
that's
bad.
not last place.
It ain't like-
18 out of 30. We were the only minivan.
Okay.
We were in a minivan. It
Yeah.
was a minivan.
Yeah.
Like we were literally racing in a minivan.
Who came in last?
I don't know who came in last, but an FC with a V8 was first
Okay.
in all classes. Oh, the fastest lap of the race was a 143.
Definitely not $500 though.
That's
No,
what I'm
no.
saying.
No.
Yeah.
But the buying the car back at the end,
But like
It's like you gotta be prepared to
lose.
Yeah.
It's a subjective rule. It's like you can. So what you can do is you have to spend $500, but you can also barter with the owner. So if you have an S13, you're going to sell me for $1,000. I want it for lemons. I'm going to give you $500 cash, but I'm also going to give you like maybe $300 in beer and then like $200 in Amazon gift cards.
Oh.
You can do shit like that. So you could like, hey, I'll give you $500 for
that's
this
such
car, and then
bullshit.
here's a 2021 F-150
Yeah.
to pay for the rest
Just
of this
people
M3.
finding loopholes. and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
My bill of sale says I bought everything
There's
for
different
$100.
classes, of course. We were in C class, so that was like basically C class is no chance of winning. B class is maybe, and A class is you're gonna win overall. But what's the last thing I'll say about Lemons, which is really cool that they do, if the car is really nice, you start with a deficit in laps. For every $10 they think you spent over, you have to start with 1 lap negative. So people are starting negative 600 laps. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
So it's basically they're just there to race for the
okay.
fun, which is cool. I like that about Lemons, and I like that they do their own thing in their community, but they're all really fucking good people. I wouldn't do it again.
That's a really cool story. I feel like I'd be into that stuff.
You should do it.
Carl's been trying to get me to do that.
Well, we should both go. We should all go on OK Stupid and find a team that needs 3 drivers at NJMP, and we can do it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love that shit, man.
That's great.
I love me some anything to get the adrenaline, good old
No,
heart
that's-
Oh,
going.
dude, it was the most adrenaline
I
I've
would
ever
be
felt in a
pumping. I
car.
probably wouldn't
Yeah.
even think that I was in a caravan.
It was intense. There was some good racing.
Now let's get to a serious question here. Favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus.
Okay.
Yeah.
You answered that pretty quick.
Yeah, it's my favorite dinosaur.
Like that's been that way for a while. Okay.
Said
Yeah.
you answered that pretty quick.
Carl?
I like Stega. Well,
See, now that's
I
a
like-
slow response.
Somebody
like,
didn't like
uh,
dinosaurs as
I
a
like
kid. You were too busy liking GSRs in
yeah,
kindergarten.
no,
and not
I like the
dinosaurs.
Stegosaurus because of that. No, I like the Bronchiosaurus.
Bron-
Yep.
That's the long boy.
Y'all a bunch of herbivores.
Yeah.
Fucking
Vegan
herbs.
ass.
Malcolm.
Shit goes hard.
Just in
yeah.
the background. I fuck with the Triceratops.
Yeah, that shit goes hard. They're tight.
All right. Well, everyone's a vegan in here except me. I
Everyone,
like
because you're gonna be like, oh
Velociraptors
yeah,
are
I
cool.
like the T-Rex.
Velociraptors are cool.
Velociraptors. Yeah.
You guys
you'll
ever-
be laughing when I can eat
It's pretty
the
crazy.
coconuts at the big tree.
Not after that meteor fucking his.
Well, you
Meteor
died too, buddy.
smacks.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna be running around looking for you guys.
So funny.
All right. Let's get back to these serious questions here. So, well, 3 questions were, can I go on the podcast? So that's not a question. This one was a good one. Would you ever consider selling sex dolls that have Frankie's face on them? Can we just talk about how crazy outlandish these questions are becoming?
Is that a question for me?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Is it just for us?
Well, I think that we should have Charlie Isaac come on.
Oh, you saw it?
Well-
oh, you got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have him come
Shit,
on.
fuck, marry, kill.
He
I
can
can
talk
I
about
can
how he
live out
doesn't
my
drift
dream.
like me.
Yeah, he.
I can live out my fuck, marry, kill dream if we had a sex doll with your face on. it.
Yeah. So those questions kind of work out together.
Oh, but Carl can just die. That's cool.
Yeah. It's fine.
All right.
Tyler say what says, did your socks dry out yet?
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Maybe
I'm
that's
trying
to
to-
me too.
Yeah, for yesterday.
Because, okay, we got to like change up how we ask the questions. These questions are for the guests, people,
Like,
not
how
for
did he know?
us.
How did he know I use socks? Like, how do you know I'm not a towel guy?
I
Like,
think he's saying that because of when we were at Formula Drift and Pro Bro Down, there was a
oh,
fucking
yeah,
monsoon.
Yeah.
So he must have saw us all.
I just posted one picture of you standing on a box. You just propped yourself up there,
I
and
was
everyone
trying
was
not to
like,
drown.
"What is this guy doing?"
All right, there's 2
Wait,
more
I want to
questions
ask
already.
because one of them right here asked by Subi664. What happened to your school bus?
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. That's my ex-girlfriend's bus, not mine.
Christ, sorry.
Oh,
All right,
the
next
girl
question.
leaves, the bus leaves.
Yep.
Favorite generation of Chaser?
Favorite generation?
I guess
Or, like,
KZX
trim
90,
model.
110, 100.
100 Cresta.
The one you have.
Yeah. Well,
Cop
that's
out.
that. I really like Verosas. I mean, that's not a line of Chaser. I mean, I guess. I mean,
Well, when I-
100 Chaser. I like 90 Chasers, but 100 Chaser
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then what kind of
I don't know what I like.
what kind of music do you listen to? Is
Oh,
what
oh,
we're
that
gonna
is one?
close
Yo,
out.
I
with
have.
here.
No,
have
I
the
got
most,
another one.
Oh, I have the
Oh, you
most
do?
dynamic Spotify playlist. My playlist has everything from. I like listen to a lot of salsa, even though I'm not Spanish. I love salsa music. Pierre. Hey, Pierre, you want to come out here? What else is on?
is this?
That was some hip hop.
I have Cardi. I have Japanese music, not anime music, just Japanese music. I'm a huge John Mayer fan.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we're talking.
I'm a guitar player. I'm a
Yo,
guitar
you
player.
got Frankie.
You know, white people
excited.
love John Mayer.
Love
Come
John
on now.
Mayer. Yeah. What else do I have?
You don't got any
Big
Kenny
Baby Trumpet.
Chesney on there.
No, I don't. But give me 5 minutes.
Well, you're gonna have to add some
Um,
on there.
Yeah, no. The only thing, like, I mean, it's as corny as it is. I don't listen to country music, but I
That's
literally people say I listen to everything but country music.
Malcolm's
you
upset.
upset?
Malcolm's
you
upset.
like
Malcolm
country music?
Malcolm likes
yeah,
country
he loves
music.
country music.
It's not bad. I just don't listen to
I
it.
fuck with it in certain scenarios. I'll be like, yo, Malcolm, put on some country music.
Yeah, I just don't find myself like in that like mindset. Like, you know,
Like this weekend, I'm trying to convince Malcolm to come
if I'm
camping
at
with me.
like Xfinity, yeah, I'm gonna listen to country
Oh,
music. 'cause it's-
Xfinity! Oh my God!
But
Malcolm's-
I've never been because I don't want to listen to country music.
I rode
so.
a bull in that. I rode a mechanical bull in that motherfucker.
That's
Tight.
sexy.
A lot of the moms thought so too.
Yeah.
Malcolm's favorite country artist is Taylor Swift. Okay, so last question here is how do I find people to drive with, especially people that really love style? I think that's a good question.
That's a great question. And if you're lucky like me, then Diego will just hit you up and then it'll open up for you. So hopefully somebody hits you up soon to do it.
If they don't have that option.
Well, if you think about my buddy I talked about earlier, he built his car and he got a car with a cage so he could tandem, but who wants to tandem with the guy who doesn't take care of his car? You know what I mean? So just make sure if you want to drive with people with style, make your car look better than everybody's, and then they'll just gravitate right towards you. It's pretty straightforward.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
to
make
be
your
honest.
car
Cool
look really
attracts
good.
cool.
Yeah, go make your car look really good. Go to a drift event where, like a Ready Set Drift, where if you're in Pennsylvania or the East Coast, where you can't tandem without a cage and stuff anywhere else except there pretty much right now.
Yeah.
And Lock City, but like go to an event where you can tandem without a cage, have a good looking car, drive pretty okay. You don't have to drive great. You just gotta put it together and get
Show
some
you
trust.
belong there. I
Yeah.
think that if you show that you belong there, that's the reason why I drive with the people that I drive. They put as much work into they did, and if not more than what I did into that car. So I know they don't want me to hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll
Yeah, I
get
think
out
that's
of
the
my
best
way,
thing.
or
Build
I'll
a-
get out of their way.
Build a cool car, drive it to the best of your ability. Don't drive her mean and race it to the streets. I mean, do that of course, but build a car and like I always thought mechanical empathy was the name of the game for drifting. Like, you got to beat the shit out of a car, but you got to do it so you can drive the next event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just you drive a bunch of events with a hot car, and you'll see people be like, "Yo."
I think
let's
that's
get
a
some
good way
laps.
to do it. People will notice, and then
I think it's the only way. I
Certain
can't think of
people
another
will.
way.
Yeah, unless you just start searching.
Yeah,
But
if you start, don't ask, don't whatever you do, guy. Don't ask someone like, "Can I drive with you at this event?" Like, don't bring it to them. Let them come to you with it. Like, let them notice you before you go up and beg people to drive with them. Because I don't know if the car is hot enough and I know that there's good media, then like, yeah, let's do a lap together. But I also want to know who you are,
yeah,
But just make your name.
some good advice to end it on.
Yeah. Do you have where can people find you? Do you want people to find you?
Yeah. I mean,
At Real Dream.
yeah,
Auto Real Dream.
It's my Instagram is RD_Nikos, and all I post is my car. I don't really do much personal stuff there. So if you want to follow whatever I do with the JZX, which is not much besides post pictures of it because it doesn't need shit except you to align it. You can find it there. Don't find me on Facebook, please. Don't do it. I don't
Look
I
him
don't-
up on Facebook.
I hate my Facebook. And that's pretty much all I got.
Check out at
Thanks
Auto
for doing
Real
this, man.
Dream.
No,
thank
I
you
thank
so
you guys
much.
for having me
That
on.
was
This is another example if I can end on this one. Like, I saw the Faction podcast when you started it, and I'm like, those guys are cool. I'll never be on the podcast because like it's another one of those times where like I'm very lucky and grateful to be here,
Dude,
literally
I mean,
in this chair.
fuck
Like,
yeah.
I'm grateful
really-
that you're a customer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
really
grateful that you're
appreciate it.
here because
Yeah, we
for the
appreciate
first time, okay, I was telling Frankie because he's like, what should we talk about? And I'm like, well, I actually know Nico this time. Usually I don't really know the podcast guests
Right.
until I meet him right here. But I actually
Yeah,
known
Carl
you for
had
a
it
few
easy
years.
this time.
Yeah.
Like
Usually Carl's like, I
we
don't
could
know
probably
this
hang.
person.
Like I'll
Yeah.
hang with you.
Yeah.
We've kicked it at the event a couple times,
Yeah.
you know. So
No,
like yeah,
And you're the
I
second-
always dap up my homie.
I'll
always dap him up at the events.
I'll always thank our guests for coming by, especially because this was pretty last minute, as well
Yeah.
as our listeners too. And with that, thank you guys.
Thanks to everyone that mentioned the podcast at Formula Drift. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was
sorry, I
crazy.
apparently wasn't at the booth. According to Frankie, there were people there that was expecting me to be there, even though that's
Yeah, people wanted to say hi to you.
Well, Ricardo was there. They got the next best
Ricardo
thing.
was there with a sign on his chest that said Carl with a C. And he was just roaming around. I heard random people like we were getting food in line and some random person was like, "Hey, Carl," just like waving at him. He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
"Hey." I was like, what? So random.
God damn it! Well,
But
that's
yeah.
awesome.
No, but people said one guy that came to the booth, he was talking about how
Well, he was just complimenting, talking about episodes, this and that, and then he was talking about how he likes the bullshit episodes more than the other ones.
Sometimes we
He's
talk
gonna
about
love this
hot
one.
Yeah.
garbage
All we did was bullshit.
Yeah, most of them are bullshit episodes. Like as far as what we're talking about, like we're just bullshitting. But the thing is, like sometimes if we don't have a guest, which luckily has been rare, we'll just like come up with some shit. And be
Yeah.
like, we'll just talk about this or that, and then like I think we usually all think that it's just like a waste, but then people talk about that one more than anything else. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones we're usually nervous about, and people just don't seem to care. They like those more.
But for sure, definitely thank you so much if you stopped by the faction booth this
Yeah.
past weekend. And hope you had an enjoyable time here in New Jersey.
Yeah, and we'll talk about aliens more on the next one. All right.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk about the Titanic sub.
At dinner.
Cue the outro music. Cue it now. Cue it now.
Malcolm.
Yeah, he's slow with that shit lately. Come on, man.
There it is.
God damn.
Yeah, so that sub was crazy, right? It was just...
This is the intro to this song is what I hear as the pressure of the cabin closes in on me and
no.
drowns me immediately.
Oh, those
And that
poor
controller,
people.
the controller batteries just
You know,
die.
they say drowning is the best way to die.
Yeah.
As opposed to like dying by gunshot or fire. Drowning's the best.
Why don't you just drink all the water? Too easy. Too easy.
And I gotta go.